Hello. Hello. Everything's going well. Hope like everything's going well. Anyway, welcome to the PGR stream, the Punishing Aylaism stream. As always, display capture. Because for some reason the game capture does not work on. Kind of annoying actually. On PGR. It's just very annoying. It's like the problem with window capture is like I have to like manually like select some things for it to even work in the first place, which is like shit. And does annoy me a bit, but it is what it is. Anyway, as you can see, I already have Ayla. No, I did not gacha for her. I simply used the fact that it's in the voucher shop, exchange shop, and I have not bought that many shards of hers right now. And Dom shop. How am I? I'm doing well. I'm doing great actually. I forgot to collect this. Oops. I'm doing well. That's why today I'm going to read this because it's going to end soon. What the fuck do you mean? 51 of these. Oh shit. Oh, this I didn't think this was going to be that long. I mean, to be fair, it can be like similar, not here. It can be like similar to like Across the Rune Sea, where instead of a lot of like story notes, it's just like a lot of notes, combat notes. Cause like Spiral of Kronos was fucking long. Like this is a lie. This is like complete and utter lie. This is not true. Like 24 is kind of right, but it's not right because these stages are fucking long. They take like upwards to like almost like 20 minutes, 30 minutes to like clear. So I hope this does not take that long, and those are just a lot of combat stages which have in-game story. Instead of, God, this may actually be that long. I just hope it isn't. I let her own little fantasy but be like, well, first, what game is this? Cause you don't know anything about this game. It's called Punishing Aylaism. It's a gacha game. It's available on both mobile and PC. I'm playing the PC version. Obviously, I don't have a strong enough mobile to both stream and play the game, and because it looks better. Short of it, post-apocalyptic, there's a virus that infects machines and makes them kill humans. At the same time, the virus destroys the human body. To counteract this, they made like synthetic bodies from people and then put their consciousness into these bodies, and they are called constructs. And because they have like a mechanical body, they don't get like infected by they don't like get destroyed by the punishing virus. And because they're not truly machines, they also don't get affected by it and turn murderous. They can if they're exposed to too much punishing virus, but normally they don't. Also, they normally perish if they're necessarily exposed to too much punishing virus. They're not exactly. They necessarily do only get affected. They mostly do get infected, but they're more resilient than a human who just like straight up fucking dies, and machines who just by even like the lowest of punishing virus concentrations get infected. And like the punishing virus was discovered in like a 0-point reactor, which I'm not going to go into how exactly a 0-point reactor like functions. But like the uncertainty principle in like quantum physics, it kind of relies on that. Because like zero energy, something isn't truly at zero energy. It's kind of more complicated than that, but just think of that. Something is not completely at like 0-point energy, zero energy if it has like this lowest energy level. Because of uncertainty and everything. It's kind of more complicated. I'm like kind of dumbing it down very, very much. And that's where you get like 0 point energy, but that's like irrelevant to the game story because the only thing that matters is that in the 0 point reactor, Punishing was born. And if like the last chapter is like any indication, it's probably a more higher dimensional thing with like higher dimensional beings. Post-apocalypse, not apocalypse, post-apocalypse. The apocalypse has already happened. We are in its aftermath. Like, the golden age of humanity is gone. Like, everything is destroyed. Humanity is, you know, scattered everywhere. And, like, the organized part of humanity fled to, like, space, into, like, a space station. A big, giant space station called Babylonia. Post-apocalypse. Those are, like, two different genres. Apocalypse is during it. Post-apocalypse is after it. An apocalypse is during the zombie outbreak. Post-apocalypse is afterwards. I mean, yeah, zombies would still be around, but, you know, still post-apocalypse. Anyway, Ayla had her own little fantasies about what Earth would be like before her first assignment. I only read about Earth in textbooks. She'd often imagined what's become of Earth now. Humanity more like bye-bye. Kind of poetry people on Earth are now writing. How drastic different their culture must be from that of the Golden Age. She'd imagined herself coming across some uncovered spider ivy in some ruins and giving them to her colleagues back at Babylonia. She'd imagined herself traveling through where all the past heroes once fought and commemorating them for long overdue requiem. Cruel might be reality, and yet she was determined to remember every second of it by heart with her eyes wide open. All while feeling uplifted by the idea that hard work would rise to new heights with new experiences. Until that is, reality shatters her imagination to pieces upon which she now finds herself standing. A team of a dozen contractors now making its way through the wild. They've lost 2 members and 2 survivors are not faring well. And the survivors are not faring well, with severed neural circuits, Ayla points exposed, and coagulated clumps of vital fluid on their skin. Several constructs cannot walk without help. And constructs also like have, you know, something called an invert device, which like kinda help them. Your worst nightmare when you get stuck in a post-apocalyptic world, all alone trying to escape. They have also like something called an invert device, which kinda keeps the punishing virus at bay. Which is... invert device is like in itself a completely weird thing, because like the invert device was like created by this... like initial design of the invert device was created by like this, you know, most biggest scientist of like the Golden Age, called Dominic, but like that you just straight up and vanished at some point. And like nobody knows how the invert device actually works, like only like the dude that invented it. Because funnily enough, the invert device uses punishing virus. So nobody knows how exactly that works. They only like know you like need a specific like amount of punishing virus to like make the invert device work. What's my worst nightmare? Don't know. That's a good question. Hell? The pink-haired member walking at the end of the team is the least damage of all, being one of which meant to be protected. She stares blankly at the team, keeping a distance from them. And extends the gloom in there. One of the contracts walking at the front slows down until they reach Ayla. How are you holding up, Ayla? You did really well for someone who came down for the first time. Thanks. I'm feeling okay. This is Ayla's first ever big archaeological assignment since she joined the team. When the VGAA discovered this archaeological site, it sent the team down to collect documents and relics that were left there. Task Force had cleansed the site, meaning that theoretically they weren't supposed to come across corrupted in droves. Site would have it hour, they found themselves surrounded by countless corrupted, once infected by previously undetected punishing virus. An archaeological team traveled deep into the site with a task force team that had come along. The task force team managed to escort the archaeological team to safety with all the documents and precious relics they had at the cost of two of its members' lives. You seem anything but okay, though. But it's common among our newcomers, since there's a world of difference between up there and not down here. It's going to take some getting used to. I don't really know how to word it, but things just seem very different from what I thought they'd be. I mean, I still remember Rex's straight face, and how he'd always suddenly crack everyone up with a joke out of nowhere, and how Faye said we'd be going to the next exhibit together after this mission. And now they're gone. Can totally relate. People have a false sense of security about what they are getting into, thinking that they can just recall in the worst case scenario. But it is what this is, unfortunately, and life is the price we pay when we don't have backup plans to fall back on. Your worst nightmare was like a level. Every time you died, you woke up and would see the same nightmare again and again, until you beat it and escaped. That's... Are you nightmares? Oh. Just like a... you know... information, but like recall isn't real. Like this thing doesn't exist. I mean, they tell people it exists, you know, like the world government and everything. To keep them fighting and, you know, spirits up, but recall doesn't exist. It's like kept up elaborately by like a lot of propaganda efforts. Came to recycle technology and cultural relics from the Golden Age, and it's a breeze, relatively speaking, if you compare that with the task force, with what the task force is doing at the front lines. But you never know what's coming your way, and this time just so happens to be one of those days. And this is probably just going to get more common down the road. I can submit a withdrawal request for you though, if you're having a hard time adjusting. It happens, and PGR is okay with that. No, that's not what I mean. I'm not quitting. Seeing that obvious as Mr. Predator intentions, Ayla quickly shakes her head in denial. Just think I'm not up to snuff yet. I thought I was ready and all, but... They just kinda fucking died right in front of me. Ayla has seen war once in Babylonia. With remnants of ships afloat in the infinite expanse of the starry sky, a blast from a particle beam instantly lights up the otherwise pitch black sky. At the moment, building the same view as a dear friend. She thought they had an unspoken rapport established between them. Ayla thought she'd understood her choice and did dream why her friend chose to leave without bidding farewell. And yet she sees that she knew nothing. What would I do if I was game? Try to beat it. That's about it. What else am I going to do? Sit around and cry? Yeah, I just as well can stop trying at that point. When her friend was out at Hetero space station fighting the corrupted, Ayla was sitting by a portal looking down from above. That's not a fucking portal. What the fuck is this? This can't be called a portal. This is just a fucking window. Well, to be fair, it's kind of spaceship. In the comfort of a greenhouse, the gravity, humidity and temperature had been just to suitable levels. And she finally got a real taste of reality, however, her legs grew so numb that she wasn't even able to take a step forward. So like, either this is going to like take 4 or 5 hours, or I'm going to make this a 2-part stream. Our powers will be rectified as long as we portray them as what it truly is. This is what Ayla seemed to have heard when she saw the space station and watching the debris of war. And was the secret measure Selena left there, and was the answer that Ayla's idealist of a friend had found at the end of her journey. And Ayla thought it was a heavenly revelation, and that following her dear friend's path would take her to where she herself wanted to go. But when she saw the punishing torn world with her own eyes and heard weapons thrust through corrupted. Hey, what are you doing? Just keep moving with whatever you're holding. Our mission is to send you back home safe. Guys, do us a favor and sojourn now. And when she saw all the blood-stained constructs in their eye, and witnessed people she had only just befriended torn into pieces, she grew hesitant. She was not as brave as she thought she was. It's the difference between you and your friends because of those nightmares. You keep trying until you do it. I want to see the world as it really is. Yeah, I mean, what else are you going to do if you're captured in that? Not keep trying? At that point, you could just as well give up and die. Like, either you die trying or you die not trying. Same thing. Only one, you know, you feel like you tried something and died. So I decided to have myself turned. I want to see what world as it really is, and put what I come across into my work, which is why I decided to have myself turned into a construct and joined the VGAA. Creations like that are what I call real art. Except it hit me that really can't necessarily inspire people. Nightmares are not scary, making you stronger. And that reality might just be my own imagination of what it is. Because who's to say I'll be able to see the world in its entirety simply because I've come down here, right? I'm just thinking that I've probably been a little too naive this whole time. What do you think? People tend to regard something as some higher truth that revolutionizes their common sense. Is that a truth for this reality you're talking about too? Can't judge your feelings here, and I don't have an answer to your question. But there was this girl about your age, and I've been on several missions with her. On our way back from our first mission together, she entertained us with her favorite poem. He who mocks the infant's faith shall be mocked in age and death. In gentle tone, Orpheus starts reciting a poem Ayla knows by heart. He who teaches the child to doubt, the rotting grave shall he near get out. One of Selena's favorite poems. He who respects the infant's faith triumphs over hell and death. He who doubts all that he sees will ne'er believe. Do what you please. We are recorders, witnesses, articulators, and creators. What we fight, we cannot see, which is why people mock us and have hard time imagining the purpose we serve. That we do know what the purpose we serve, and its value from which we will not back down. I can see it in your eyes that you too wish to stand guard for that value. Which is why the VGAA is honored to receive you with open arms, Ayla. Having finished their mission, the archaeological team arrives at a human settlement. The settlement is built upon a deserted city, while a far cry from most conservation areas in terms of infrastructure. The settlement has proper mechanics in place that make life here possible. It's also fairly safe with ground forces permanently stationed here. Babylonia's transport craft is still a good way out. The team has quite some time to spare in the settlement. Ayla walks around the settlement, taking her time observing a place that's been put together by the humans who had built it with whatever they could get their hands on. She looks into a simple tent. She sees an old mechanic pick out usable parts from a pile of mechanoid remains sent here by ground force. Pausing by a makeshift outdoor kitchen that's really just a cooking range put under an overhanging meat rack, she sees the chef cooking with ingredients she never even thought edible. She sees an old lady sewing an undershirt with rusted needle and a man sharpening his hunting instrument face parts. Ayla bolts the sides quietly, her mind occupied by obvious words from before. Eat this, you damn thing. Ugh. There are kids around taking turns being constructs and corrupt with sticks in their make-believe. Hey, it's my turn to be construct now. Hold on, it's my turn next. Boys will always be boys, eh? This game boring. No, there's like actual stages, like where you fight. The problem is just, you know, that's a lot of reading. Depending on the chapter, like the worst offender is like Cinder Burns, where you spend like practically the first like 2/3 just reading, and then there's like all the stages at the end, which again, Cinder Burns is a great fucking chapter, I won't like deny that, but it's not the great chapter to like play. Like it's a great chapter to read, but like its play like stages are like meh. Especially like in comparison to something like Spiral of Chronos. Before like this like story chapter seems to have like a lot of combat stages, you know. So we'll see. The boys make noises running all so this is like probably the introduction is always like a long reading segment, but after that, like, you know, you start like the combat stages. So like if you wait like a bit, it will probably like reach the combat stages soon. Well, maybe not after this, but like after like 2 more notes, I think, or 1. The boys make noises running all over the place. The girl catches Ayla's attention. The girl sits quietly by herself at one table with an open notebook in front of her, holding in her hand a hematite, being cut into the shape of a strip, which she draws with. Kenji putting her hand under her chin. Yeah, the music is like good. It's like fantastic actually. And looking at the picture with a frown, the girl is fully focused on drawing. Millie says the word on the cloth badge sewn to her jacket. Ayla walks up to the girl and strikes up a conversation. Hey, I see you're drawing something. Ayla can't be sure if Millie has heard her, as Millie keeps her eyes trained squarely on her drawing in agitation. Seeing what's on paper, Ayla can't be sure how she would even begin to describe the drawing. What are you drawing? Turtles. Says Millie as she points. I clump on the picture that seems anything but turtle-like. And there are also birds and dogs, and I've got the rabbits here too. Well, they certainly look very interesting. Thanks for not saying I'm just doing a bad job. The girl reads Ayla like an open book. Hey, that's not true at all. You like to draw. Well, I guess so. When Dad said he found this notebook and gave it to me, and just draw everything I see. now, so I get to show him what I see what I saw when he gets home. You like Millie? Yeah. He's a nice kid. Betting around said my drawing's terrible, so I decided to stop playing with him. That's it, he used to draw all the time, but he's too busy. Cause turtles. Yeah. The turtles. I like turtles. But he's too busy to teach me. Well, do you want me to show you how then? Are you good? None of these people here can draw. Oh, but you're from Babylonia, right? Patrick said the constructs from Babylonia are amazing. Are you good at drawing too? Depends on the person, but I do know a thing or two about drawing. Well, here, I have about 70 empty pages left. Try not to use too many of them, though. Ayla sits down beside Millie. I was so carefully Millie passed Ayla. I had no book and the hammer-head crayon. Any idea what you want me to draw? Are you okay with drawing anything? As long as it's something common enough. Like kitty soap hobbies, I'm good with plants like dandelions and hyacinths too. Can you draw me a hydrangea then? What? A hydrangea. I only know the name of flower, but I have never seen it. There's another construct from Babylonia that brought me some hydrangea seeds. She told me hydrangeas have these beautiful blue flowers when they bloom. Have you seen hydrangeas? Are they really that pretty? I nods with a smile at Millie, who's looking at her excitedly. Well, I guess you can say I have, and yes, they're pretty when they bloom. Except Ayla has never seen an actual hydrangea. Other than the pictures that she came across at the Babylonia's education center. Struggles with what little resources has to trace all the plants it has the pictures for. Ayla, however, decides to give it a try anyway, hoping a attempt would give Millie a glimpse into a world she's never seen before. Uneven all over with a dull tip, the hammer-tied crayon Ayla is holding hardly makes a convenient tool to draw with. The tutors on C++ and the lack of proper instructions, Ayla can't imagine anyone making any meaningful progress at all, drawing on their own. Now there's a bit here and here, and that should do it, I think. Ayla shows Millie a finished work. Wow, this is amazing, it looks so real. Hydrangeas. Really was pretty? Well, this is based on what I remember of it, and I'm sure it's different from how you imagine it, because it's not even blue. But just wait until you see a real hydrangea in your garden. I'm sure it'd be a lot prettier than the one I drew. And drawing's not as difficult as it seems, so I'm sure you've realized after seeing me draw just now. To start with, this is what you need to do. Ayla shows Millie her ways, which Millie quickly picks up. Where did you learn all these? I've never thought about any of these things you just said now. Hey, it's the cat in the box. Where did you learn all this stuff? Did you have a teacher who taught you this in Babylonia? I'm from a VGA, that's an organization at Babylonia. People from VGA are experts in art. And that's where I picked up a lot of what I know about drawing. VGAA? What's art anyway? Well, art is... Millie's smart. She's asking the real philosophical questions. What is art? Ayla decides not to go out the kid with a technical definition of art. She knows like the back of her hand. Let me see, Millie. What makes you want to show your work to your dad? Oh. Well, because my dad is always happy when I share my drawings with him. And I just want to show him what I see and do out here every day. But we dump. Hey, because he's hardly ever home. I think that's a beautiful reason for you to keep drawing. To me at least, art is something that's created with motivations like that. Drawing, dancing, writing a novel or poetry are just some examples of art, and there are also movies and manga back in the golden age. Manga? Hey wait, I'll be right back. Moments later, Millie comes back with a booklet. This is what you call a manga, right? Because that's what my dad calls it too. Millie gives the paper back to Ayla. It's an old one, its pages have been yellowed from the time, but not so much that Ayla is sure reading what's in it. It's this from Beautiful Angel. The manga is a series that gained traction during the Golden Age, based on the anime and toys that came before the series itself. It's by the same author that drew Cartman Rider. Girls in the story are amazing. They transform into these beautiful ladies with magical powers and rough up bad guys. I remember reading a few of these at Babylonia's education center when I was a kid, and boy, I was addicted. Those were good times. Really, I'm so jealous, this is the only one I have. I've read it so many times already, but Dad said he can't find another one. Can I borrow one from you? I can trade yours with this one. I'd love to have, but I think they only have a few copies in Babylonia and don't think I can even take them out. Oh no, but I really want to find out what happens next. At the end of the series, two protagonists are chosen as beautiful angels by a fairy to fight the monster. The two became friends because of that and started their journey from there. The story stops there, leaving many craving for a sequel. Well, works like this have never received much attention from VGA. These obviously have more business value than they do art value, but I don't think it hurts to preserve them. Say, you wouldn't happen to be able to draw something like this, right? I made things out loud, stopping Ayla in her tracks. Suggesting that I draw manga. Yep, you like it too, right? I've never tried it, and it requires a totally different set of skills and knowledge. I would be really happy if you could do that for me. Well, I'd be more than happy to help you with anything if you ever need me to. Millie signed low said, seemingly having realized that she's asking for a difficult favor. Hey, here you are, Ayla. Time to get moving. Transport craft is here and be set to go in 10 minutes. Oh, gotcha. Oh, are you leaving? Yes, I'm going back to Babylonia. See, well, I guess I'll see you next time then. I mean, I don't know when that's gonna be, but my dad says he's going to take me to a new conservation area in a few months, and I think he's going to be really far from here. I hope you have a safe flight home. Thank you, Millie. Having bid farewell to Millie, Ayla makes her way to Transportkov with Orpheus. She have fun hanging out with the kids. Not kids, just her. I happen to see her by herself. Most others from the archaeology team choose to avoid any contact with people from conservation areas, or because we're not task force. People living on the Earth think that all constructs in Babylonia are superheroes, but we all know that can't be further from the truth. See, we're nothing without the task force help. Like, how would you define art? Well, caught me by surprise, sir. Well, let's see. It's not clear-cut and depends on which field you buy into. To me, art is something that's both within and out of our reach. There's a famous author who once wrote in his diary that he decided that one must love and work, and that's it. But then the day after he wrote, he was tired and didn't love and didn't work. He always felt lost in his life and doubted the weight of his own words. He kept going, and his work has become a time-honored part of human civilization. We probably never reach his heights, and what we do now might not amount to anything. But still Ayla has her own reasons to press for action. Is she like referencing to like a real artist, like famous author? Like, maybe I'm just being an idiot. But I have to check this. If it's like a real author, like, or something. Oh no, oh yeah. Of course it sounds familiar. Of course it sounds familiar to me. No wonder it sounds familiar to me. It's Leo Tolstoy. It's Tolstoy's words. At least I think it was, if I like read that correctly. Like, no wonder that's like familiar. I think like that's from. Yeah, like verses from the diaries from Leo Tolstoy's. Should be. When you look at the eyes, it's creepy. Still, Ayla has own reasons to press forth. She can't say with certainty that nothing will ever change her. For all she knows, she might have change of mind tomorrow. And she also relates that her persistence might not take her closer to the answer she came seeking. She'll never be able to see the impact her work has down the road in this lifetime of hers. She'll never be able to find. Could I please speak German? Ja, also, tun kann ich schon. Ich frage mich nur, wieso du willst. Anyway. Lifetime of hers, and that she'll never be able to find out whether she does serve a higher purpose. It happened today, might happen again and again and again and again and again. She's going to find herself torn apart and put back together. Still, she regrets not that she's chosen this path with beliefs so naive. Much like how Millie is excited to show her father her drawings, and how she decides to find out what happens next in the manga series. I'll be right back. Ayla, where are you going? Without answering Orpheus, Ayla turns around and goes back the way they came. Huh? Hey, thank God you're still around. Forget something? Yes, I did, and it's very important. Taking me, Ayla's now Ayla with Millie. My name is Ayla, and I'm from Babylonia's VGAA. Can I borrow your manga? It'd be really helpful when I draw a sequel. Says Ayla as she points at the manga from the Golden Age. Ooh. Takes a few moments for Ayla's word to sink in. Really? Are you really going to do that for me? Yep, here, let's pinky swear. Can't draw right now, but I get to when I'm back at Babylonia. The girls are going to beat the bad guys, become great friends, and save the world together. Oops, forgot to remind you of a spoiler alert there. But hey, who knows what's going to happen, right? So stay tuned. But I probably won't even be around when you're done. It's fine, I come find you. I go through all the conservation areas there until I find you. Ayla realizes this is probably not a promise she'll be able to keep. Still, it's not a promise she regrets making. When I do, I give you your manga back, along with the new one I'll draw for you. I promise. Good job, Ayla. Yeah, and after like half an hour, we're here to the introduction of like Renaissance du Fantastique. I don't speak French. I speak only omelette du fromage. Like, just a heads up, but like, every stage like has 3 of these. Like 51 means... Oh god. 17 stages? 17 combat stages. Oh god, the next one is also like a reading stage. Do I know any famous lost words? No. I probably don't have VGA's chairman office. And since... No, but like these points probably like shorter. And since before a stable, terminal projecting virtual screen that shows an encrypted message. And says quietly at the garbled letters and numbers until a few knocks come from the door. Come on in. Good morning, sir. What are you looking at? Hey, Leonie. I've been trying to crack this email that arrived in my inbox for the past few days. I would just ask one of the guys from the Science Council to do that, unless, of course, you happen to know a thing or two about cryptography yourself, sir. I'm not completely unfamiliar with it, and it's more fun when you do it yourself. It could be a message from the future of some extraterrestrial being, or maybe it will point us towards treasures some Golden Age art master left behind. How many times can I tie a tie? 7. That's the answer. Like, it could be a message from the future, or some extraterrestrial being. Both of which have already happened in the story. More specifically, Spiral of Kronos and Across the Rune Sea. In both cases, future Nanami sending a message. And like the extraterrestrial being also being, you know, actually add more instances of that, now that I think about it. Like, this is just a fucking like tongue-in-cheek joke. Like, the dude does not know about the things that have happened, but he's just saying these. What might just be a practical joke, but I guess that's just right up your alley. No? Well, how can I help you today? You guys are working hard. Hard or hardly working? No, you could go up that height. People can't wait to see the exhibition and performance again. I've asked our new eyes to take care of those though. I'm actually here to speak with you about Ayla today. I've Kaleido's details here, with the Science Council approval and my incompatibility taken care of. Kaleido is good to go, theoretically speaking. Electronic file Leonie has sent Ellen details with specifications on all sorts of parameters on Kaleido. It's like 30 to 40 meters tall. Doing better than what was hoping to see. This is VGA's hope for the next few decades, and hope it's going to be shine like a newborn star. How's everything coming along with Iris Warbler, by the way? We're still trying to finalize the member list. CC added a few extra steps to the procedures, because people are getting sent all over the place these days, but Ayla's most likely going to be the captain of the team. It's no easy feat, but Kaleido made it in time, huh? For all due respect, sir, but I'm fair to see why you're putting together a team with such similar style when Ayla is already doing so well on the archaeological team. Well, essentially it's because she came to me with a request for a new frame after the battle at the Hedra space station. I think there's a traitor in you too. Oy. There always is. She had done everything she could, only that she was lacking the most fundamental level. And looking back now, I guess the idea of forming a new team had been sitting in the back of my mind as far back as when she took over Selena's place and came to the VGA. The ecological team is good for her, but I wanted to give both Ayla and the VGA a new stage on which to shine. Task Force is a complicated place, and it's got all sorts of different thoughts and credos. The military itself is worse, I'm sure. There are people out there who just can't wait to say a thing or two about this new team. Still, it's only when she's put in a spot like this that she gets to cross paths with people she otherwise wouldn't have, and form something that's greater than the sum of its past parts. Now I know she's going to struggle, but I trust that she has it in her to shine through. I've seen promising qualities in Ayla's dear friend, and not a day has gone by that I've not regretted failing to make those great qualities count as VGA's chairman. I'm kinda seeing a future for the first time in God only knows how long, which is why I want to make a bet, with Iris Warbler as my chips. Not without risk, of course, and we might end up with nothing. But it'll be a step into the future. Having traversed a few buildings and hallways now, Wells now finds himself standing by the door of the task force meeting room. When he lets himself in, he sees a person waiting for him. Seeing Wells, the young commandant inside rises immediately to salute him. Alan could be a traitor. He looks like a traitor. I doubt Alan is a traitor. That huge. Actually, nah, he's too good of a guy. Sicker from task force. The evil smirk. Oh, there's the dude with an evil smirk, but he's not here. Collins is the dude with an evil smirk. But that dude's like evil from like the get-go, like you can see that in him. Seeker from task force reporting for duty at BSTs. I take it that means Babylonian standard time 0900. How are you doing, sir? Thank you for coming out as our commandant. How's everything coming along with the team you've been leading? Freezing momentarily at Wells' question, Seeker gives the answer. Been released from the team, sir. Jessica and Randolph have been sent to Red Scorpion to fill vacancies of the Loft members. As for George, he joined Pelican, is now out on a service mission. And I myself am currently on standby at Babylonium, waiting for CC to notify me my new assignment. Seeker sounds understandably upset, because the commandants having the team dissolved and reassigned is not unlike having a command center directly criticized for the lack of leadership. Making headway, well, I see. They have my best wishes wherever they go, of course. So I understand that I'm just getting my feet wet. I'm still a far cry from some of the best commanders we have here. But still, I saw potential enough for D there. And all I needed was just a bit more time, too. It was an appropriate decision that came out of the staff's evaluation regarding team performances. Randolph, Jessica and George are obviously excellent constructs with respectable experience under their belt, but as a whole, Oppie Data left much to be desired as an elite spell squad. If you saw Ellen in the street following me, you would call 911 in a heartbeat. YOLOs. Which is why assigning them to the team's desperate need of new members was the most logical course of action to take. Every soldier needs to shine with their best potential, and making that possible for them is the primary principle on which we base our assignment decisions. Yes, sirs. No chance to do anything. Yes, sir. I understand that I've nothing but my own lack of leadership to blame for failing to bring out the best of my team and the battles we've been through. But I've learned a great deal from Vanessa ever since, and with that I'm ready to redeem myself. Come next bell, I'm certain I beat it too. Sicker? Let's cut this short. You see Mikhail as you go, don't you? Well, I kept a close watch on your academic performance as a tactical instructor for your class. And despite all the objections the high-ups at FOS had about your qualifications as the chief of your class, I for one didn't find anything out of place about it. Both the Ravens and Stray Cats commandants graduated as the chiefs of their class, and both their own squads went on to become legends people know them as today. Everyone has such high hopes for you, and hopes to see you shine as the next legend because you're first chief from FOS to have applied to the task force after the two of them who graduated at the top of their class. Some from Parliament wanted to vouch for you, thinking that you, a rookie, would be able to do things in a way they deem appropriate, which is something they can't ask a white horse that's Mikhail. At the same time, they also hoped your existence would serve to encourage the younger generation at Babylonium, because not only would it mean a bigger reserve for military, but also more votes for himself. What's my favorite game in PC and mobile? Mobile is Zolain. PC, that's a hard fucking question. That's... I don't know. Like, all good. I mean, can't you, like, blame Seeker? Like, her first assignment was, like, during, what? The Spiral of Kronos incident. That shit was, like, you know, kinda stacked against her. Like, what did I have to fight at my first, like, assignments? Robots. She had to find, like, extra dimensional beings. And you meet assignment to Pudita right after creation. But with great explanation, of course, comes massive responsibility. Be it chronomical, they didn't get to where they are today because they are chiefs, except people tend to believe there's a causal relationship because of that, all that Chrome and Mikhail have achieved. Let me be straight here, you will not become a second Chrome or the second Mikhail. From what I see in your talent, potential and performance, it seems highly unlikely for that to happen. This is not to say that you will not excel as a commander. You have a strong mind, beacon, and managed to stay unaffected when the Hetero Tower came up, which is extraordinary. Except you split up from your team at the battle from the get-go, when you could have fought much more effectively had you stayed with them. So there's that, and given Aphrodite's performance over the past half a year, we just didn't think it made any sense for us to continue holding such a high bar over your team. I wouldn't say you're to blame though, because the chemistry between commandants and their team members does play a big role in a team's performance too. Nonetheless, the job of a commandant is to bring out the best in the team. FOS might have taught us a lot of theories, but knowledge remains nothing more than knowledge if a commandant cannot effectively formulate a strategy in accordance with the ever-changing battlefield. It's unique when you hear, ich got stunned, and vice versa of course. It's with you speaking based on Star's principles, so I've been part of the Star for too long to say my logic is free of influence. But everything I said just now, I didn't say it as chief of staff, but as one of your teachers from FOS, if you will. You'll not figure out what you really want going down a path walked by someone else. Yes, of course so. I keep everything you said in mind. I know, okay. Can be a little naggy sometimes, but old habits die hard, huh? Anyhow, that's it. Let's get down to why we're here today. We're here today to talk about your assignment to your next team. As far as reassignment goes, you'd normally expect a notice of reassignment to be sent your way from CC, except the team you'll be assigned is still under review, and the decisions regarding its members are only tentative. Now, having taken everything into account, I believe you'd make a good fit for the team's commandant, and I also believe you'd have a great deal to learn from the team's captain, given your proximity and age. I beg your pardon. Well, I guess I'll let the person in charge take the floor from here. Tell me the truth why you play this game. Because it has cool designs, a good story. That's about it. It has a great fucking story. Someone knocks on the door. Right after which a man with a friendly smile walks in. Sure has been quite a while else. The action with the waifus. Why? I don't believe I've had the pleasure. My name is Alan. I'm VGA's chairman and Iris Warbler organizer. You have like not seen this game in action. This is like only the story mode, there's like a lot of combat modes. It's a pleasure to meet you, Seeker. God, can I get like next story note already? I want to get to the stages. Moments of darkness later, a vision module is back and running. Sitting up in the medical pod, the construct turns to look at the white-haired woman who's now wearing a somewhat disturbing smile. We're done with your routine treatment, Orichalcum. Guess this is the last time I'll be seeing you here. And I was hoping you'd call me Trojan at least once. There's a female construct with a very smile. And I was hoping you'd spit out something smarter from that mouth of yours, Orichalcum, but I guess your mind is probably too damaged. Come on, just thought we'd be on first name terms by now. Knowing what Vesalia said, Trojan get out of medical pod. I don't judging anyway. Your mind is 26.13% permanently damaged. Considering the limitations of your frame, there's no way we can bring this number down any further. It's a miracle you're still alive, but all of such severe damage and the frame's defection from punishing has affected stability and damaged your memory from that period. Unless we get your new frame, it's not without risk of course, but I just wanted to see if we could run a little interesting experiment on you. Well, even if I can't recall what happened, we've probably got backup copies of Babylonia anyway. Although I'm sure they're all classified at this point. Oh, like I care. Noticing that Trojan's looking this way, Zalius remarks coldly. The only reason I helped you fix your mind is because I was part of the team that developed Orichalcum. You're part of the first batch of military contracts, but I've been able to get some very useful data off of EU nonetheless. That's a shame. Seeing Vesalia's rejection coming even before she made her request, Trojan struck with another wry smile. You're only hampering your progress as a construct if you don't let go of your past. Well, that's something you'd have known by now after spending all this time with Kurono. Well, I guess I'm just not quite there yet. Trojan says self-mockingly as she stretches. Permanent damage of 27.13%. Let's pretend for a second that my inner device and my being granted me permanent immunity to infection. I'm sure I'm still any good to you people, when I have much lower synchronization rate and can't fight as effectively as I was able to before. Look, if you weren't, you will have found yourself torn apart and dumped away at the recycling station now. Just saying, you know, but with the super CPF we have now, I'm sure Task Force is going to have a much easier time doing what they do, and I don't suppose the elite squad wants to take an old bag with such negative track record, unless of course Conan is trying to sell me off to my old boss, for cheap. You're not going to tell me you miss your days back at Norman Mining Corp now, are you? I'd be happy to keep you around as a guinea pig though. That's not my decision to make. See, they are trying to... Actually, forget it. I'm not getting myself involved in this. By the way, would you happen to be interested in art? Says with eyes with a smile that seems even more evil now. On Earth around an area of ruins with a zone of influence of the Inverhead Tower. Slender silver-haired construct hides behind the depleted wall, an arrow swooshing past and driving into the ground by his hood. A split second later, the bomb in the area explodes with fierce blink. Are we like getting introduced to all the members now? Construct dodges sideways just in time to avoid the explosion before turning backwards to shoot the arrow. I don't mean him, he's like an ascendant. Which is like another back of things like talk about. If like their game when there's a cutscene you go from gunfight to Mario Kart racing. Learning by the sound of muffled explosion from afar. Like ascendants are like another back. If like a construct gets infected, it can pass like a filtering and then use like the punishing virus. And you know, become like an ascendant. And like there are agents who are like even more powerful versions of like ascendants who can grant less like this to like infected. But you know, that's that. Knowing it's only a matter of time before its pursuer catch up again, yet into the depths of the ruins. It gives me a break already. Guess probably gonna really enjoy sounding down defectors, huh? Did I give myself away back when I did that thing I didn't have to? Now I thought I'd get to experience such a private treat. He looks badass. Construct from Pavilion has been trying to hunt Teasel down for the past few months. She's not from Purified Force, but given her persistence, Teasel can almost be sure that she'd be back for him again, even if he shakes off. Guess I won't be dealing with this had I stuck together with his sentence. Freedom is too steep a price to pay in exchange for a shelter. Oh, I'd rather you stick together when I could get rid of you all at once. Teasel dodges out of the way before a metallic aura could hit him. The arrow rams into the wall. It's fetching, threatening to burst from reaction force. That was deadly, so much so that at the other hit, Teasel would have gone straight through his armor and killed him if he had not been affected by punching. I'd surrender now if I were you, Teasel. Says a female construct with light purple hair. She walks out from behind the wall. The string on her bow is full draw. She's ready to send the arrow flying straight at Teasel if he so much as dares to move a finger. Teasel is a girl. Not a girl, a boy. This is a girl though. No, like, the she is referring to him. To her. Teasel is a boy. He is in fact a boy, yeah. There's a female construct with light power as she walks out from behind a wall. A string on her bow at full draw. She's ready to send the arrow flying straight at Teasel if he so much as dares to move a finger. You see, like, refers to Teasel with he. And bow you're holding there. You're not going to blame weapon. I mean, like, look at him. Like, the dude, like, you know, has quite clearly male chest. Not going to blame the weapon for your own skill issue, are you? Well, I was just wondering. What the fuck? Did she just call him, just tell him he has skill issue? You have skill issue, Teasel. No, like, Teasel is male. No one, don't need to worry about that. But I was wondering, you know, if I find a woman with the same kind of hairstyle and color as use this girl. And do me a favor and stop calling me Teasel. That's not the name I go by anymore. Think I came over here to chit-chat? Tell me whoever our defectors are, and I just might spare your life for you to make an appearance at court-martial. So you think they're going to give me an open and fair trial for what I have done? They catch me, huh? No, they aren't, because they died to get their hands on a transcendent they can use as a puppet. Can't move from stoic is deception. But you, Teasel from Egret, won't be so lucky. No risk, more like a skill issue. They're just going to lock me up in some ground headquarters and cut me up piece by piece, day and night for research. Is that what you want from me? That's a bunch of nonsense, you pathetic, and what makes you think you want to talk when you don't even know you're being toyed around? Says Teasel with a smile. He flips switch in his hand. What are you? Before the construct finishes her sentence, Teasel activates the electromagnetic trap he set up beforehand, sending a powerful shock through her body that paralyzes her. Don't worry, I'm not going to hurt you. You seem to be in an interesting position yourself. I'd be ashamed to kill someone who has the potential to pass the filtering. What are you talking about? There's no point in being here any longer, so I'm going to have a talk with our Miss Rookie first. Very well, and let's hope we get to work together next time we see each other. You never know. Damn it. Construct watches T's leave, unable to stop him. Three hours later, the electromagnetic tap finally becomes ineffective. Work together, cut the crap. Her body numb, she's on the ground, gasping for air. Help! Help us! Help us! Oh. She rubs her head, waiting for her mind to recover from paralysis. You got away again, said he. She thought she could catch up at least one defector with period, Commander Nicola said. He said it's not even like an agent, like, dude's like, on the totem pole he's like not even like, you know, that high. Dude's like a foot soldier practically. Well, a foot soldier foot soldier leader, but still a foot soldier. Now we're into from pure. She thought she could catch at least one defector with an Imperial Commander, Nicola said. Now attendant from the Purifying Force is all wasted. She's not originally a member of the Purifying Force. It's only because of her position for the defectors that compelled her to take this mission off the hands of a busy Purifying Force. Alexa still numb, she gives up on trying to stand and lay down on the ground instead. The convening in the hedgerow tower reflects on the horizon. Huge towers like a mirage, silently looming over all on the ground. No matter how many times she looks up at it, she could still not believe this miracle that had happened in reality. Grey Raven. Her personal terminal rings. At this timing, she raises her hands up in the air as if surrendering. Pushing herself upright, she starts to read the message. New squad transfer notice. Warning, if you continue to ignore this transfer arrangement, Command Center will deploy the Purifying Force to extract you back to Babylon. Military disciplinary actions will be taken. God, what a farce. The only thing she could do right now is to obey. She smiles bitterly with a tinge of happiness as she continues to scroll through the message. Why are you talking to yourself in like third person? You are to be Professor Iris Warbler? That is, unless you are not who you're pretending to be. Babylonia PGR. That's enough for today, Mikhail. Following the girl's voice, your consciousness passes through a long corridor of darkness and back into reality. Ayla and S will wait some connected today together with Leonie later. As usual, I sent you results afterwards. I'm the one who should be thanking you. The time with Hamlet was already a close call on top of that. You've only just recovered. I hope we can find Selena soon. Leading Capriccio and Hamlet to verify the possibility of a remote connection. We would often visit the VGA to help Ayla search for whale song signals on Earth. Not an easy process, although you are the best choice for performing a remote connection with Selena. You were only able to do so back thanks to the help of Hamlet. It's not an easy feat to replicate. Even when you are able to establish a temporary unstable remote connection, you can capture enigmatic noises. There's not much that is actually useful. Moreover, you are commandant of a task force. You cannot visit VGA every day. At the very least, you have to spend more time on the Star of Life than VGA. Its progress has been slow lately. Rather than slow, I'd say no progress at all. The area where we can locate relying on whale songs is limited. Even if we use the technology of the Science Council, we still cannot increase the accuracy of it. God, it's nearly an hour I've like done 2 story notes. The whale songs are usually delayed. There's around a month's gap between the mission of the song and its capture and analysis. By the time results are available, it's often too late to conduct surface searches. Or at least, I've tried over a dozen times and I've never succeeded. She looks badass. Yeah, it's like Ayla with like a new frame. You know, like the girl from the beginning. Like the pink girl. That's like Ayla. The one that, you know. But funny because bunny ears. Yeah, it's kind of the thing, you know. It's never worked. If possible, I would send the matches back to Selena from Babylon, but it's never worked for some reason. Doctor has still a long way to go. I sometimes wonder, why is she even wandering on Earth? Why couldn't she just stop for a while and let me catch up? She already forgot me, forgotten everything we've been through. The girl has like died and came back to life. I think you can like excuse her for getting some things. I know. Truthfully speaking, if you cannot improve the accuracy of the positioning system, the chance of actually fighting Selena are close to 0. My friends at the VJ never said it out loud, but I'm pretty sure they've tried to convince me to give up. To be honest, I'm not doing this under the impression that I'll definitely be able to find her. That's Ayla. That's Ayla. You see like her name right here. That's Ayla, the same girls, you know. The same girl with a little girl like at the beginning. I was talking to the little girl. Well, her old sprite is like still from like the beginning when the game came out. And so it's quite clear that, you know. before it's... No, it's just another frame. Like, constructs have different frames, which in essence is, you know, just like them changing into a different form. Like, their mind gets, like, put into another frame, which, like, has different abilities and everything. The data doesn't lie. Can't just ignore it and be 100% confident. World is full of surprises, yes. That and be 100% confident in what I'm doing. But even after so long, I still do not want to give up. No matter how she's now, no matter how different she is from Vasilina and my memories, no matter why she is wandering on Earth, I just want her to know that there is a place she can always come home to here. All if now is not even a wish, but the merely an obsession. You won't be wrong to call me stubborn. Me too, Ayla. Also, if you do find her, I have to let her know that all the hardships you put us through. I won't shut up for 3 months, no, at least half a year. Pink-eyed girl smiles fondly. By the way, Ayla seems to have recalled something. You're still sitting in the connection pod when she moves closer, bends down and places the back of her hand on your forehead. No fever or anything. Looks like you've right as rain. The vials are shown on the screen, but I just want to confirm myself. I'm used to it. That's the most worrying part. You nod helplessly at Ayla's persistent attitude, moving the electrodes on your chest and taking off the remote connection device. You stand up from the connection pod. Your gaze wanders. A huge theatrical cell of Hamlet is connected to the connection pod you were just in. It is mostly thanks to the data harvested from Hamlet last time that you were able to help Ayla. Ayla and Leonie from PGR had performed some technical upgrades to Hamlet, allowing it to capture veiled song signals on the surface more easily and visualize the information. It is a shame that only you can see its messages, due to remote connection restrictions and human consciousness protection mechanisms of Hamlet. We'd have forgotten most of the messages by the time you return to reality. You had a dream, but you can't not recall anything from it, the memory slipping away through your fingers like sand. Every time you recover from this state of immersion, it will leave you feeling helpless for quite some time. Ayla continues to find and organize useful parts of the Wade song on the terminal. This has been her life for the past few years since Elena disappeared, and no one knows how long it will still go on for. Grasping onto tiny threads of hope, she frantically searches for hints of her dear friend. She must have experienced countless failures, countless disappointments, and countless moments of helplessness. Even so, she has yet to despair. Being able to smile every day while sustaining this obsession, where does that motivation come from? Right. They're spacing out or staring blankly at Ayla for a while, you gather your wandering thoughts and ask about something else you noticed. Ayla, what's with this frame? The frame Ayla is using today is not a usual Brilliance frame. Compared to Brilliance, this frame is more refined. It also looks more like the combat frames used by Task Force. There's still a bit of extravagance to its design. It's clear that Ayla had a hand in designing this frame. Oh, you mean Kaleido? I just passed the consciousness perception test. I'm just setting out calibrating as I go. It's quite different from the previous frame. Of course, this was made in reference to Task Force construct data. Kaleido is more focused on combat aspect. Although it's nothing compared to the specialized frames Lucia and Barbas have, it is the work of the most talented sides of VGA, so that counts for something. Leonie even bragged about it in front of Asimov when I went to do the consciousness adaptation test, the Science Council. Just that I might have been able to help you with Editor if this frame had been finished earlier. The thought that counts. You wonder where JR is? He doesn't tend to come like PGR streams as far as I remember. Like, he doesn't tend to come to like some streams. Also, like, when he comes is kind of unpredictable, honestly. But why a combat focused frame? Well, it can battle, of course. Ayla throws a few punches in the air to demonstrate. Well, I guess I just want to be prepared just in case. Brilliance is a good frame, but I feel it lacks in some departments if I'm to officially carry out missions on Earth. Officially carry out missions on Earth? Of course, it means the Task Force Earth mission. More precisely, it's a new squad founded with the help of VJ. On paper, it belongs to the Task Force. New squad? Oh, you don't know, Commander? Then let me tell you more. In the past, the archaeological missions of VJ were carried out by teams of members from both the Task Force and the archaeological team. The constructs on the archaeological team are not made for combat, they require full protection of the Task Force. It's always been like this. Until Selena disappeared, the chairman has been trying to remedy the situation since then. He's been thinking if we can form a specialized squad with a commandant like the Task Force does for more dangerous missions, maybe we can lower the chance of these incidents from happening. And recently, probably due to the successful reversal of the Hitler, this idea is becoming reality. After all, VGA is also responsible for retrieving scientific technology from the Golden Age. With the increase of search area, these kinds of missions are rising in importance. And the chairman even agreed to a bunch of extra conditions, such as paying for all the expenses of running the team and deepening our cooperation with the Science Council. Anyway, we may find nice squad, and I of course be part of it as the representative of VGA. Need to show some support, am I right? So a new frame was very specific for that. The reply is, I've been wanting a new frame ever since that space station mission. You think you know why? Because if you saw the title screen of a busy, busty girl and a dog speaking French, I want to watch the live. Yeah, but it's the curious ones that click on it, and the curious ones are our ones, you know, that matter. The replies have been, yeah, space. Vincent made me understand that intentions alone are not enough to achieve something. When it pinched, even artists have to pick up a sword rather than a brush. We've all done it. Monet, Verscheigen, and even Vlamnik. I wanna ask her, like, why does she not know so much about art history, but then I remember art history is like a pretty big part of learning art. Ayla pats her own chest with confidence. It looks like she's already prepared for the future. I have to admit that there are times when you envy Ayla's optimistic personality. Not the only one, Scott, are you? Of course there are others. You know what? I can introduce them to you later if you want to meet them, Commandant. All of a sudden, new person terminal on your wrist rings, interrupting Ayla. Commandant, it's almost time. The survey mission in LRB around the Hedgerow Tower starts tomorrow. I haven't seen you around all morning. Where have you been? If and I came to escort you to the room you need. Next stream play Arts of Info. I like C. Depends on like you know, how long this takes and how well I feel tomorrow. But I don't think it will be too bad. I think I should be like doing Hearts of Iron for like tomorrow. At least, you know, one of the 2 slots. If and I can come escort you to War Room if you need. No thank you, I'll be right here. Right there. And in conversation with Lucia, you stand up and not apologetically toward Ayla. I guess they don't call you the Ace of Babylon for nothing, Commandant. You're always so busy. It used to be worse. Well then, we'll have to leave instructions the next time. I'll definitely bring them over to Grey Raven's lounge. But I would have expected you to let your team members know your plans, Why didn't you? Enough realization taints Ayla's smile, making it look meaningful. I just don't want it to worry. If like I didn't have to like finish like, you know, this event like soon, everything, because like the next one is coming out kinda soon, I would have probably done like Hearts of Iron 4 today, but you know, I have had to like decide the day to like do this finally. You didn't hide your schedule on purpose, but ever since you last got discharged from the hospital, the members of Grey Raven, especially Liv, have been very strictly monitoring your health situation. Even Pauline and Ayla would be met with cold shoulder if you tell Liv that you have been going to the VGA and attempting special remote connections. Shut up, Ford. I'll see you later, Vanilla. Guess the next time we meet is after the mission. Oh, wait a second, Commandant. Who's a person that I'm not scared to say my biggest secret? My brother, probably. You're about to leave and Ayla runs over to you. She extends her arms and puts you into a hug. What's wrong? Confusion is to go with this ambush of hers, but Ayla does not pay any mind to your slight embarrassed expression. She closes her eyes and continues to hug you close. She only lets go after 10 seconds or so. Alright, that should do it. What? I just want to express my gratitude to you, Commandant. And I guess to encourage myself, no need to mind it, Commandant. You're going to be late if you don't get going soon. A ticking clock on your personal terminal orders you to hurry. Leave VGA before you could fully think about the meaning of ARC. Passed by a young woman in the corridor. She looks familiar, but since you are running out of time, you have no choice but to rush past her. What's that? Last time we met, I was quite nervous back then. I must have left the bad impression. Girl, I'm like kinda in a hurry. Why the long face? Styled by a low voice next to her, Jessica turns to find a female construct with short purple and blue hair speaking to her. You are? Trojan. My number BPL74, if I'm not mistaken. You're my new commandant, right? Trojan, hello, I'm Sika. I'll be temporarily taking on the role of the Iris Warbler commandant. Pleased to make your acquaintance. That's all. Polite and young. A bit too young in my opinion. I was heading to the BGA to find the captain. That's why you're here as well, isn't it? Oh yes, that's right. Are you not going to say hi to the commandant? It seemed like you wanted to. No, now's not the time. Should meet up with Ayla. Let's go, Trojan. BGA is just a bad. Oh, fucking. Oh fuck, I did not see if that next one was a story note. I hope not. A few years later at the VGA, two new faces now occupy Ayla's studio. Commander Seeker and Trojan, who are part of a newly formed Iris Warbler, have been undergoing emergency art training with the help of Captain Ayla. Never thought I'd be holding a paintbrush of all things. It's like some activity at retirement home, learning new skills with young volunteers. I don't know what to feel. Seeker and Trojan sit in front of a carefully positioned fruit and flowers, a sketchbook on their laps. Oh come on now, Trojan. There were a few artists who only started painting in the autumn of life back in the Golden Age. Well, it doesn't undermine their achievements. Ayla quietly sneaks up behind them and looks at their mostly finished pieces. Trojan's sketchbook is filled with messy lines. It also does not seem like her drawing skills have improved in the past few days, but Ayla still insists that she has potential. It's a good pastime, I guess. Even things like authenticating antiques were popular entertainment back in the Golden Age. Other than painting, Ayla has taken them to archive of VGA, where artwork and artifacts from the Golden Age and before are stored. I think I can now understand why old folks back then loved to bet on these in the antiquity market. Oh, I've read about that. I heard that Chairman Allen used to be really good at that when he was young. Too good in fact, and he was banned from a few of these shops. I'm glad you two are enjoying these activities. Our squad is a bit unique compared to other squads, so these are essential skills. Establishment of Iris Warbler seems to be linked to the surface with construction plans. Ask the senior constructs on the archaeology team, and they say determining the protection value of things is part of our missions. I also think this is necessary training for us, which is why I requested it. Trojan sneaks a peek at Seeker's sketch, even though the two of them started learning from Ayla at the same time. It's obvious that Seeker has improved far more than her. You're very sensitive to line, Seeker. Have you done this before? Whoever has taught us basics in drawing, since we need to draw things like missile trajectories and defense deployment diagrams. Alright, since we're here, may I ask you to demonstrate for us, Ayla? I really want to see how someone from VJ like you usually creates. I heard that you're quite a famous artist. I'm also curious as to how painting can be sold for more than 1 million black hearts in Babylonia. More than 1 billion fucking black hearts? Like, Ayla, are you like willing to like, you know, sell something and, you know, give me like half of proceeds? I had to keep myself alive somehow. To tell the truth, I also don't wish for my paintings to be sold at such high prices. Don't really understand what goes on in this collector's minds. But I needed new brushes and VGA needs funds for its operation, so I guess I was doing my part as a member. That's very realistic. Well, I guess we could end today's lesson like this. Ayla nods and takes out her easel. After positioning a drawing board, she clips on a piece of drawing paper. She completely shifts into work mode as she puts on her beret. Taking out all the necessary drawing tools from her toolbox, Ayla starts creating a masterpiece based on the items Seeker had been sketching. Did I see Poppy Playtime Chapter 3? Yes. Manly Bender Zero, like, you know, put out the... Like, what's it, Manly? Yeah, he put out the video. Which he played. So yeah, I've, like, watched that. She drafts simply in pencil and blends her colors with a palette in one hand and a paintbrush in the other. She blesses the monochromatic lines with colors of rainbow. Bit of a seer and somewhere. Catnip beak and here eats yours. Catnap. That looks about right. Well, to be fair, probably autocorrect or something like that. Paintbrush danced across the paper, leaving traces of a spectrum in it. In the blink of an eye, a lifelike painting is born out of overlapping colors, with a square of white. Seeing Seeker and Trojan were captivated by the creation process, Ayla starts to explain. So, like, we have introduced the squad. Like, now this must be mission introduction, and then next stage has to be like a combat stage. Oh god. Shape, colors, and lighting also are basic components of a drawing, and exactly those three things which have caused former painters to dedicate their whole lives to art. Although that's the principle of things, it doesn't mean you create a masterpiece just by drawing the most accurate shapes, building the most precise tones, and analyzing the most scientific lighting. Critics love to theoretically analyze the different layouts and use of colors by painters, but when a painter sits in front of a canvas and picks up a brush, techniques are definitely not what makes a painting. It may be cliché, but the most important thing that makes a good painting is probably the creator's thoughts. What they want to show, convey, and achieve, painters are more motivated to pick up a brush again and again by these desires. It isn't just for painting, music, drama, literature, and dancing. I think it applies to other areas of art as well. Alright, don't think of all this said as something deep, though. What do you mean? In Babylonia, learning art is considered a luxury by many. While a few people have voiced their displeasures, saying that the VGA is wasting the government's money doing useless research after all. After all, art and music can't defeat the corrupt in a sense, but art does not exist to be castle in the air. It shouldn't be worshipped by the people, rather it should be part of life, something within reach. Even when war rages on, art should not be a luxury limited to only lucky few. I want everyone to know that creating art is not some mysterious magic. What you two were doing just now is also kind of creation. I think that is one of PGR's purpose of existence. A lot of members are working hard towards this goal. That Ayla pens her last stroke on this spontaneous piece. It's kind of boring out. I swear, like, we like coming to it soon. Purpose and goal, huh? No need to overcomplicate things. At the end of the day, I just like to paint. And if others are interested in what I like to do, then I'm happy. Looks like you're getting along well. Middle-aged man with long grey hair appears at the doorway. God knows how long he has already been standing there. He smiles as he enters the studio. I'm sorry for not noticing you sooner, Chairman Allen. This isn't the army seeker. No need to be so formal. Chairman of VGAA. My name's Trojan, and it's a pleasure to meet you. I would like to thank you for including me in the potential members list for the new squad. I wasn't the only one responsible for picking out members. It was decided with regard to opinions from various places. It is my honor to have veteran constructs such as yourself join the team. That was Salius told me, but compared to our place, I guess this is more suitable for me at the moment. Oh, I hope it feels like that. It's an emergency, Chairman. It's a bit complicated and I will explain in detail afterward, but simply put, you three are about to go on your first mission as a team. Yeah, fucking funny. Also, can you get more detail in this report? No, due to an unknown electromagnetic signal disruption, we will not be able to obtain more precise information if we don't deploy the task force to survey the area. Signal disruption. Can you find out the source? Has there ever been any attempts at communication? We've tried sending commonly encrypted radio waves, but we have yet to receive a response. According to high definition photos taken by our drones, this area does not display human activity. On the contrary, for little in amount, we have detected mechanoid activity in the city. Corrupted mechanoids? Impossible. This area is still under the influence of the Hetero Tower. And if I was punishing virus before, the concentration of virus should have dropped to a safe level now. Well, what's wrong? Coming in belated hardens our swells. What's the current situation with the normal signals that the satellites detected before? One can only assume right now without survey report from task force on the front line. We're still trying to decrypt the signal, but one thing we can be sure of is that this encryption method is not used by any known forces on the surface, nor something from the Golden Age. Could be a sentence. They can control the virus, so it's not unusual for them to operate in low viral intensity zones. That is a possibility, but they did not appear in the Hetero Tower battle before. What will they be trying to achieve by sending us a signal from somewhere like that at this time? No matter who it is, the fact that we cannot decrypt this means we shouldn't let our guard down. And from what we can see in the videos taken by the drones, we need to immediately deploy the task force to investigate the area. As Commander Nicola, we think that this kind of mission should be carried out by elite squads like Zebras or Caribou. Graven and Strikeout can also be considered if we don't need to confidentially. Nicola is currently organizing the general server work surrounding the Hetero Tower, so he doesn't have time to take care of this. All the squads you've just mentioned are already carrying out missions in their respective areas. Considering the causal casualty rate of the task force in the Hetero Tower battle, a lot of squads are still recovering. To tell the truth, there are not many who are available right now. What Simon's dark areas? It's already past the observation period of Noah and Simon. Has already recovered from the confusion brought on by the Hetero Tower. Palmer and Lydia also seem to be doing fine as well. Noah is a bit of a special case. If you cannot say for sure this is related to the sentence, then it's best not to send dark areas on a mission on the surface. With a point. In that case, even though it isn't technically their job, maybe a purifying force could. No need to stress words. Don't we have a new uniformed squad that ticks all the boxes? I'm referring to one with a member from the VJA. Ayla's forward is still on probation, its members are just provisional, after taking all the boxes. And so, it's a perfect squad in my opinion. Even though Captain Ayla is from the VJA, she has sufficient experience on the surface, and is tied at the task force on numerous occasions. Trojan is a veteran construct who has been serving the Radiant since the start. While last one may be experienced, Nicola seems to think highly of her. So the commandant, FOS chief handpicked by you, even the experienced sound squads pale in comparison to this team setup. Can't be serious, President Harlan. But most importantly, this was requested by the chairman of the VJA. Alan, he requested for Iris Warble to take on this mission. Ah, that's right, Wells, I mean General. Alan enters the room under White's bewildered gaze. Following behind him are the three members of Iris Warble with Ayla as the lead. Bro, your roommate saw you. It was like at midnight. What are you doing? He was out with his friend. She's released Jeff, and I'm pretty sure. Hey. Alan enters the room on the Wells Villa case for him. Yeah, remembers of Ayla. And I think Ayla is the most suitable for his mission. If they're still on probation, why not test them with a field mission? Furthermore, the location of this mission can't deny its relevance to the VJA. City from the Golden Age. The construction of the city made using the picture data from the drones is projected into the middle of the room, and Sazen and Vels briefly explained the situation. Ellen started to bluish virtual projection with disbelief. It resides it's an unfinished city. Only general design and planning was completed back in the Golden Age. It was far from finished for human occupancy. The outbreak of a punishing virus happened long after the actual construction of the city started, resulting in its abandonment. After that, this area has always been one of the dead zones with a high concentration of punishing virus, until all of that had been reversed by the Hedro Tower. Not long ago, we captured a string of abnormal signals originating from the city, and our drones were able to capture what you just saw, but we were trying to decrypt them. The definition of the image heightens with Hasen's explanation. Starting from its appearance, the city is a magnificent piece of work, and it has a different style than the rest of the world. Newly refurbished buildings and roads dot the lands, accompanied by a complex yet perfected railway system. It's a huge upgrade to the conversation areas that humans currently use. More importantly, the city does not show any signs of damage from the punishing rise, as of the whole of the post-pandemic age and Reconquista age were both just fever dreams. Its time had forever stopped during the glorious Golden Age. It looks like a brand new city built recently, but no human forces currently have the resources to do that. Right, without the protection of the central purification filter, it should have become ruins ages ago, and in reality, that is what has become of the surrounding parts of the city. But the most central part of the city still maintains its perfect structure, as if someone was deliberately protecting it. And there's no human activity, but there are mechanoids wandering about. Relic from the Golden Age, a complete yet empty city, with 2 points alone are enough to raise suspicion. President Hasen generals did equally encounter a mechanoid with unique behavior patterns on a mission before. Seeker's question is like a key to Pandora's box. Hasen and Wells exchange a glance, the expression immediately bleak. Remains of that mechanoid have already been retrieved by Bellino. Its memory shell is currently being studied by the Science Council. According to Osmos, a lot of unusual codes have been found in its neural circuit. It is currently unknown if that is the cause for its odd behavior. But the situation of that orphanage does provide a lot to consider. Are you implying that this city has been maintained by an abnormal mechanoid, like the orphanage Egret investigated? Commander Vanessa told me the in-depth details of that mission. Although there's a large difference in the scale of things, information we currently have, I think we shouldn't rule out this possibility. Nevertheless, we need to scout down there for recon. From what Chairman Allen has been saying, Iris Warbler is the best choice for this mission, as you have links to the VJA. That's right, retrieving relics from the Golden Age, which were abandoned during the Great Evacuation, has always been the VJA's responsibility. The city itself signifies the end of the Golden Age. It's the last crystallization of human civilization before the coming of the post-pandemic age. I think a lot of our members at the VJA who have witnessed firsthand the glorious Golden Age would be interested in it. That was part of our consideration when we first... You missed the puppy?
Yeah, like, there's no really place to, like, put it, actually. But, like, make it a bit smaller. That should work. Yeah. It's back.
Considering the current situation of the task force, I do not object. And as Chairman Allen has said, the city's relevance to VJA is undeniable, so it would make sense for the investigation to be carried out by VJA members. Ayla, what do you think as a member of VJA and the captain of Iris Warbler? I stared at the three-dimensional projection in the center of the room and coordinates displayed next to it. The lips are pursed and complicated glow takes over her pink eyes. Ayla, did you know something? Although they have not known each other for long, it's the first time Seeker sees Ayla, who's always smiling and bubbling with positivity, display such a serious emotions. The city's coordinates, the same as where Selena's waypoint signals we found a few days ago originated. Coincidence or... She closes her eyes and with her hand on her chest, she calms herself down and reverts back to her normal self. I don't think there's a problem with General Wells, and our commandant looks like she's eager to go on the mission. Ayla winks at Seeker. Although Seeker is still confused by fleeting expressions that graced Ayla's face, she replies with a determined gaze. Iris Warbler will take care of the mission. Of his mission. Ayla, I wonder what happened to her. After meeting thicker walks with Trojan down the hallways, Ayla left them with a see you later and rushed back to the VGA. Maybe she noticed something and had to confirm it back at the VGA. Maybe we should give her more insight before the mission starts. You have a commandant, you get to decide what to do. Oh, isn't that Miss Top Student? Ah! Hearing the familiar voice, Sika's face turns as white as ghost as she heads for the whole frog. Trembling a bit, she looks up to greet the person walking over. Oh, good morning, Commander Vanessa. I knew that was Vanessa the moment I heard her erection. Isn't it about time to stop with the Miss Top Student thing? What? Are you not satisfied with my praise, Miss Top Student? Vanessa chuckles as she emphasizes pronouncing the nickname. Also that you're keeping your distance from me now that your training period is over. I guess that is to be expected from our new chief. You must look down on a normal commander like me who can only float around the experience. It's not the case at all. I respect you a lot, Commander Vanessa. Vanessa, the grid commandant. That's right, she was also my senior at FOS. Although she was already grade-hating by the time I got into the academy. When I first come to the task force of the grade-hating, I trained under her for a while. She has always taken good care of me and taught me a lot. She's a really good senior. Is that so? Vanessa frowns in disdain at Trojan's dubious gaze. No, I was just bullying her. I don't agree with that. Most of the times, pushing all the troubles, some power back onto her, taking it out on her when I'm in bad mood. It's hard to find such a perfect dominant nowadays. Right, do you remember when you first came over and were scolded by me for messing up the layout of a mission report? You were hiding in the lounge and secretly crying at night. Right, there's no need to bring that up. Such a complicated relationship. Alright, enough of nostalgia, Miss Top Student. I heard that your original squad was disbanded and you were sent to the VGA. Well, it's more like the VGA is only providing assistance to the squad and the squad still belongs to the task force. Whatever, it's useful for nobody like you digging up pottery somewhere there are no enemies. I doubt you'd be of any use on the actual battlefield anyway. If I was your commanding officer, you wouldn't even qualify as cannon fodder. Not all self-proclaimed elites, impertinent like you. No, it's just her. But it's what makes her hot. I'm just speaking the truth. Useless trash should stay where they belong. I'm not the one thinking that, but general staff. Let's spend it your little squad. Listen up, I'm not just targeting you alone. I heard the efficiency of the new commandants this year has decreased by 30%. But I guess if someone like you was chief, then their force really isn't what it used to be. The Babylonian generation, I once surprised the humanity ends in the hands of your generation. If I was an instructor at FOS, I would never have let your unrealistic ideas create in the first place. Enough of this, I have more important things to do. Vanessa waves the files in hand, contains information about a lot of construct. It seems like she's currently recruiting a new member for ECRIT. Goodbye, Miss Top Student. I've heard of her before, but actually meeting her in person, that was an experience. Look, like personality is kind of justifiable if you like learn how shitty her parents were at the end of the day. And how kind of shit their life was. She like practically ran life from their like parents to like study at, you know, a military academy. Because their parents like, you know, were kind of shit. Jordan shrugs with a sigh after Vanessa leaves. It's alright, I'm used to it. Vanessa's like that to everyone. But she's right most of the times, so no one can refute it. Yeah, she's right, but she's like a bitch about it. I mean, yeah, that's what makes her hot, but still. At the end of the day, only actions can make someone change their mind. Well, it's good that you're all fired up now. Alright, let's get a move on. She sees for herself quietly and leaves the conference room together with Trojan. Oh, fuck! They're standing in front of infinite backlit mirrors. Each mirror reflects a helpless and confused self. One knows that nothing can be grasped, but one still tries in vain. Like a moth chasing out the flame, never reaching the destination it tends to. Welcome to United Army, 3rd Artillery Regiment, the Construct Company, including Captain LeBron, a total of 127 fearless warriors. Your sacrifice will be remembered, and we will carry on the road you paved for us until the day we claim back our homeland. May rest in peace, humanity's children. Deafening salutes and gunshots fill the air. Stringing the chest tightens with each gunshot. She got first again. Is she someone like Langston and Mikhail? Still no. Yeah, it's kinda fucking annoying actually. I thought we would be like going towards it, but it turns out no. We're still like having like personality being developed. It's great from a story perspective, but I really want to like fight at this point. Those two are both geniuses, heroes who command these gods in battle. How kind of nerd who only knows about exams we compare to them? You know why she's the chief? Because she's from the LeBron family, that famous military family from the Golden Age. Alps 110 in the HQ, that's why. Really? And the FOS allows this? But I heard she's not going to work in the HQ, but as commandant. That's what my friend said. Dad works in intelligence, so I bet it's true. But even as a commandant, do you seriously think she's going to fight on the front line? The String Titans. The future results, the Academy thinks working with general staff directly under HQ is your best choice. Also, even though it's unconventional, the Control Court and high-up officers of the court have expressed an interest in you. But you seem determined to go through with your decision. If you insist, then the Academy will respect your decision. Titans. Lastly, the first military college grants Sika LeBron the title of Chief. Young people, we hope that you will carry on the will of our leaders and become the cornerstone of our future. Titans. The front line has collapsed. Abandon the scouts and vanguard. Tighten the battle line. Can only prevail if we strengthen our defenses against this wave of attack. Most people are as good as dead. Are you telling more people to go die? What's the point of remembering all those battle tactics? You really think the battlefield is just like your textbooks say? I mean, yeah, but like, remember, tactics is in fact very, very important. Because if you run a lot like headless chickens, you kind of just get, overwhelmed. It's kind of a Napoleon to feel like rush through all of Europe.
So like, Charles 12th? Actually, I don't know. Of Sweden, kind of swung around, walked through everything. Until, he met the Russians at Poltava, but,
he still... I mean, to be fair, he didn't command that battle. He was, injured before that. And I mean, it was pretty fucking close in behind, still. The Carolingians just fucking died, all of them. They didn't, even flee. They just fucking died. Straight up. And yet, you have to, think about, the Carolingians, they just fucking died. They did not flee. Every one of them, last fucking one of them died. Or, was wounded. Really think the battlefield is just like a textbook say? No, but, knowing how to act in a situation can, be very helpful. Especially before thinking too much. Titans. So you're the new chief. I just call you Miss Top Student to not confuse you with ours. But actually speaking, it's not entirely your fault that the casualty numbers were higher than expected. Casualty numbers. Our first priority is to protect this land, and since they were more corrupt than expected, it makes sense to send out some unlucky souls to fill the gaps. Or was it with a fair attitude of yours? Was it necessary to look that miserable just because a few more constructs died? You can't even get your priorities straight. I don't understand how the HQ thinks you're fit to be commanded in the first place. I don't need someone who can't command the subordinates probably on the front lines. Some of tonight's battles report and then take you prefer the squad to the benches. Go be friends with the medics or something. I don't care. Always tightening. And then, I thought all of our sheets were outstanding, but it looks like they were. There were expectations. The general staff is disbanding the squad. It's the end of the line. The tight string snaps. Only running on this path, only revolving around an unknown light. Since then, mechanically and numbly marching forward, considering it as a responsibility. And she finally comes to her senses. She can hardly even remember the reason that led to the confusion in the first place. I think having a dream is a wonderful thing. No matter how hard to achieve or how childish the dream is. No matter the inevitable failures one will face in this path and non-existent results that await one. Even then, I think these idiots who worked hard towards these unrealistic goals shine brightest of all. Speak up. Still half asleep, are you? Do you think someone can sleep through all this noise when we're entering the atmosphere? Fragments of conversation enter various ears of slumbering soul, stimulating a consciousness. Right after, the ship shakes roughly together with a huge centrifugal force, waking up immediately. Oh, you're awake, Sika. What? Wait, I fell asleep when... Have you already reached our destination? Embarrassed by a little slip-up so early in the mission, Sika frantically looks around. If it weren't for a seatbelt restraining her to the seat, she would have fallen right off. Relax, there's still 1 hour to landing. We just encountered some cumulus clouds, so we had to climb up a bit. Still haven't gotten to troposphere yet. Did you pull an all-nighter last night? You could take this chance to catch up on some sleep. No, I did it to organize some mission information. If I rest now, when it would be pointless. And I know it's a bit late, but let's get over mission details. Sika shakes her head to keep herself awake. She unbuckles her seatbelt and makes her way toward the taxi terminal, putting up all sorts of information she has gathered in the past few days. Unknown City 101. 001. Was named Constellia in the Golden Age, based on the world constellation. Chief designer was Michael Vasari. He was an important member of VGA back in the Golden Age and also renowned architect. Constellia's construction was ceased due to the outbreak of punishing virus, and Michael himself had passed away due to an illness a year before the outbreak. Constellia has now been rediscovered by Belluna, and it is estimated that 20% of the original design has been constructed, even when it is quite a site. If our speculation is correct, and that the city is being maintained by an abnormal mechanoid, then we'll have to be prepared for a fight. Although it's not the corrupted, we cannot underestimate the threat level of this mission. Then I can put this to good use. Ayla nods with some thought and then proceeds to pull out a storage box from a hidden space underneath the tactical terminal. After entering the password, the box opens with a click. A sublimated dry ice dissipates. That's high frequency electric knives against corrupted. Wide area electromagnetic stun grade, tactical pistol for commandants, multi-purpose grenade launcher with special ammo, and all kinds of tactical equipment. How did you get your heads on these? Army's related Swiles weapon from a science council. I didn't think our squad's weapon quota could get us this. Just as I know someone in VJ who has links to the development department. The people at the science council said as long as we are willing to pay a slight trial fee when they lend us these. After all, we do want data on these weapons in actual combat. The power of money. Why go through all the trouble? This is our first mission as a team, so of course we should be more prepared. And I know you care about this mission very much. Sika, how can I not do my best, my part as a captain, when our commandant is working so hard? There are a lot of weapons for commandants here. Take your pick, Sika. I adjusted towards the weapons, just like the witch who led Hansel and Gretel into the candy house, telling them the candy was all theirs to eat. No, having lots of weapons doesn't mean it's better. We also have to consider the portability. Sika quickly shakes her hand, but her gaze is captured by something else in the box. Oh, I can hear you gulping from here. The new CI charge pistol, the 7th generation as well. We're still using the 6th generation back at the FOS. Oh, there are more add-ons to choose from. Oh, and the safety's been moved here. Trojan hips a lazy glance at Sika, whose attention is completely occupied by the new weapon in front of her. Trojan then shoots a suspicious gaze over at Ayla, who had just casually pulled out all of these weapons. I thought VGA consists of peace-loving, harmless artists, and from how your frame is constructed, it seems that someone there is very familiar with construct technology. People join VGA because they like art, but apart from that, everyone has their own story. VGA would also welcome you too if you ever discover your passion for art. Trojan shuggles Ayla's invitation and starts to pick out a suitable weapon from the present book. Frames included weapons should be made by Visalius. I can't imagine her just sharing her designs. Looks like Incumbents aren't chiefs who come to our captain's charming personality. And this is a specialized arrowhead for compound mechanic wars. So prepared for a 4th member whom we've yet to meet. You mean Lena. Squads in the task force usually consist of 4 members. Ayla's Warbler is no exception. Other than Ayla and Trojan, Lena is the last temporary member of the team. I remember Chairman Allen mentioning that she used to be in Caribou. Yes, that was about a year ago. Due to Caribou's unique status, the member details are highly confidential. So this is all we know. After withdrawing from Caribou, she has been carrying out missions alone on the surface, rarely returning to Belvedere, and because HQ never updates her personal profile, even I don't know what she looks like. As she is already on the surface due to other reasons, she has requested to meet us at the destination of the mission, Constellia instead. Former Caribou member, HQ really wasn't kidding around and forming this squad. Don't think I don't know your credentials, don't pale in comparison to theirs. Trojan, you've been serving Babylonia since the Acadia vacation if I recall correctly. We're only talking about service time when it's similar to the current captain of the Purifying Force, but she was still fighting on the front lines not too long ago. She was way stronger than me. Due to sick well-off mind damage from previous missions, I'm no longer suitable to fight on the front lines. What kind of mission can lead to such serious injuries? Aylaism also didn't say which squad you served. I don't know. I can't even remember what that. So Scotch, just as Caribou, if you can't find anything, then it's best you don't know. Just like always 1 or 2 members with a mysterious past on teams who save everyone at crucial moments, mysterious powers no one knows about. Where did you learn that weird knowledge? If a time like that ever comes, run, don't count on me to be able to save us all. Are you not one of those hot-headed characters who would lunge and find the boss when it appears too early in the prologue while yelling, looks like I have to do everything here? Are the aspiring heroes and helping them get away? No. Or are you one of those who look like experienced seniors on the side of justice, but are actually double agent who works for the final boss and has planned to fake the death in an important battle, they would later assume the false identity and go against the protagonist? I have to say, you're quite imaginative, and neither of these scenarios sound like a good ending for me. It sounds more dramatic if our story is it's a novel or movie. Dramatic plot and complex character relationships have always been what captivates readers and the audience. You say so. Anyway, we should focus on mission first. Not being able to follow Ayla's train of thought, Trojan decides to direct the conversation back to the mission. We almost above the destination. A Trojan's reminder, the three of them walk over to the window and look out. Bursting up,
Like, if this is like, if we don't like get the combat stage when we reach like the 2-hour mark, I'm just going to like decide and, you know, redo some fighting in like Babel or something like that.
I'd like to decide to do some fighting
In Babel, it's like, because like
I'm kind of getting bored of just reading. We start to catch a glimpse of Constelia through the window. Last man-made city of the Golden Age. Like, I know, like,
I've had a hard time getting like for you know,
Cinder burns. Because like it was so much reading. Hints of nervousness can be heard from Sika's voice. This is her first mission after the original squad was disbanded. She does not want this mission to be a failure either. Don't worry. Captivated by the soft whisper by her ear, she turns to look at Ayla, who is quietly staring at out the window. Those words of comfort but soft as if they were never spoken at all. Placing her hand on the window, Ayla stares at the miniature city like a seasoned adventurer who finally found the new world. A question pops in Sika's mind. What is the cause of the expression on her face? We're slipped away by the engines roaring as they land. Alright, I wonder what awaits us. Okay, like the next one has to be a combat stage. Even as stepped foot on the ground, the sight in front of him still seems unreal. Surrounded the city is a bunch of ruins, just as Vinted Babylonia had stated. Originally, Constelia was supposed to stretch on for tens of thousands of square kilometers, a scale as large as Kowloon. The numbered cities from the post-pandemic age are like children's sands, castle in comparison. The vain and taint glory of the past is merely an unachievable fantasy to current humans. Constelia, a shooting star that graced humanity at the end of the Golden Age, has long disappeared from the pages of history with outbreak of the punishing virus. But now, for it may be small, a miracle has happened without people noticing. As if time reversed the magic had been cast on the city, the further into ruins they go, the more orderly their surroundings become. Until the point they reach an invisible line that separates the areas. As they cross the line, all the weeds and trash on the ground are replaced by neatly planted roads, crumbled buildings with battered boards, and now brand new skyscrapers. So the city is alive and hidden in the wilderness. Yet the most surprising part is not how out of place the city is, but the strange tower standing at the corner of all this contradiction. A windmill? The huge base of the tower spins slowly like a vortex, attracting the eyes of visitors. Although we've seen the vague outlines of it in the images, this is more than I imagined. If one is to judge purely based on visual impact, then the Hadru Tower made of punishing wires would have won, yet the windmill in the distance exudes solemnity and beauty. You know that Gaelic cities tend to favor exaggerated landmarks, but a windmill is a first for me. When we talk about windmills, oh, you're thinking of Don Quixote, right? When designed to be famous nice, Don Quixote mistook a windmill to be a giant and charged it with his spear, only to crash into the wall again and again. It doesn't seem positive just from the synopsis. What was the intention to make the most eye-catching building in the city like that? I need to leave for a bit. I've like my throat's getting sore and I'm from all the reading and I don't have any water. So I'll be gone for a moment. I'll be back. I'm back. That, I don't know. I'm not going to try to explain it. There are 1,000 hamlets. There are 1,000 readers. My interpretation may not be what the designers had intended. And we just got there. And we just got you this limited information that we can gather just by looking at the tower. This kind of tall building are usually used as magnetic wave towers. According to Babylonia, the only reason why we were not able to detect the city earlier is because the tower was sending out deceiving signals. It may be some sort of huge electromagnetic interference device. May also function as a central purification filter looking at the low punishing bias concentration here. The windmill is the center of this tower, of a city, then we should be able to find answers there. Technically right, but it's not so simple. Turning toward the direction of the voice, see construct with a short lilac hair walking over. Are you members of Aylaism? You're half an hour late. Do none of you have own a working watch? Yup, Lena? Ayla, Rika and Trojan. He does not answer Ayla's question, instead she quickly inspects the members of the squad. I already know about you and Ayla, so we can skip the introductions. I'll be joining this mission as a reserve member. Pleasure to be working with you. She gives an expressionless nod, not showing a bit of pleasure on her face. Welcome to the squad. Ayla smiles as usual and reaches out her hand. Facing the palm waiting her, Lena pulls her lips and briefly shakes Ayla's hand, while quickly withdrawing her hand. Enough of introductions, let's get to the main event. Let me share with you some insight I get from the city. Already started exploring the city. Yes, I'm a contract with Conburg. I've been here for a few days already, so I took the opportunity to investigate the city a bit. Then comparing my intel with Babylonians, let me answer some queries you may have first. Start off, how the city came to be. As the general staff had suspected, the city is indeed currently maintained by mechanoids. According to my observations, their eye levels have exceeded the original threshold. And it really is like the orphanage. Not quite. Most Aylaism mechanoids are not aggressive towards outsiders. Their behavior pattern is a bit unique. At least to me, it's a bit incomprehensible. Based on my observations, there's nothing of interest in outer parts. It may look nervous, yet there's nothing but empty shells inside. It may sound confusing if you can't see, so let's do as I suggest and head towards the center first. I lead the way. City. On Ayla's lead, Aylaism sets up for windmill by walking along the main road. I suggest a short break as we reach a plaza near the windmill. They are almost at the core of the Constellia. They have yet to encounter a single mechanoid up until this point. The spinning windmill, the flashing building lights and the regularly changing lights all signify that the city is currently operating due to some unknown existence. Something just fits off. The only one out of 4 who has actually lived in the Golden Age, Trojan sights at the clean streets and endless lines of buildings. Different from Babylonia, which is heaven for only chosen few, Earth used to be covered in bustling cities that could house millions of people. The people of the Golden Age live in places like this. Not all of them, but at least when I was born. More than 90% of human settlements have been highly urbanized. While not all cities were as grand as this one, they were definitely better than our conservation areas nowadays. No problem supporting the daily lives of citizens. Most of the production process was carried out by machines. Humans were free to live their dreams. The Renaissance, the Age of Enlightenment, the Industrial Revolution. The flower of civilization was able to bloom thanks to hundreds of years of history. That is the Golden Age. What we see now is just the tip of the iceberg. Yet the outbreak of a punishing virus was also able to destroy all of that within decades. How ironic. Sadly, that's also true. Humans nowadays can only try to comprehend the knowledge of the Golden Age through images and books. Even professionals of VGA is always a barrier when we try to understand the thoughts and concepts back then. It's nice that they changed like background music for this. Even when humans win against a punishing virus and rebuild their civilization, there will never be another Golden Age. However, ever since the Hedron Tower was reversed, it is rumored that Babylonia has been planning the construction of the surface. The discovery of Constellia at this point in time is too much of a coincidence. This area has always been a dead zone. Our mechanoids is able to rebuild the city without being infected. Let's put the question aside for a moment. If Mechanites only wanted to secure the living space, there's no need to preserve this area to perfection like this. Trying their best to preserve these ruins from the past. Is it not because of nostalgia? Isn't the goal of a mission to find that out? Lena removes herself from the others, staring blankly into the distance. Why did you join the squad? With your qualifications, you could have joined any squad you fancied. You're secretly an art lover. That's my choice, it doesn't concern you. Oh, you're not even going to say she had my curiosity for a bit. You're one talking Trojan. I hate people who pretend to be mysterious. Since we're teammates, I thought I'd be able to know more about the task force from you guys. My frame data and non-confidential qualifications are all listed on the squad list. Our parts do not concern you, they're relevant to the mission. I wish to decrease the frequency of small talk. We're a squad, not a tourist group. So cold. As Ayla and the others were chatting away, Sika had been trying to re-establish. Yeah, like fighting is probably the next note. Like to see, it still takes some bit. From a person to it's no use, just won't connect. It's not going to work, I've already tried it. The city is using some unique interference that blocks all the magnetic signals from outside. All normal long-distance communication devices are useless here. But a short distance comms within the squad should not be affected. You can also locate each other through mind connection. Right, about the abnormal mechanoids in the city. I have a few pictures, it should be clearer when once the barbarians let me send them to you. Oh, I guess there's no need. Nana looks towards the corner of the street. Create. I have to finish creating before my teaser, before my work is 100 times better than his. Hehe. Mechanoid passes through the streets without noticing the 4 of them in the later. The abnormal mechanoid mentioned in the report. Since he's here, why don't we follow him? It's part of our investigations. Right, we should recall his behavior patterns. Mechanoid finally stops in front of the city wall. The wall is already covered in all kinds of colors and shapes. He activates the spray paint module connected to his arm and splatters a few colors on the rainbow walls. As long as I can cover as well with my colors, then area B2 will belong to us. Fantastic and mechanical impressionists. Those damn surrealist mechanical fools thinking they could pass me the understanding of colors by using a new palette models. What a joke! The great Basile will not permit that. It's impressionists fighting against surrealists. A bit of color here, and then edit this part. Fantastic and mechanical impressionists will reclaim the city while you cowards are too scared to come out. Haha. That laugh sounds so evil. Is that really something a mechanoid can generate? One of the members of Iris Warbler is serving as Kaleido, who calls himself Basile. And is he painting? Wondrous, isn't it? A lot of mechanoids here do that. Did you notice those incomprehensible ads and graffitis when we were walking the streets? Those are all their masterpieces. This mechanoid seem to piece a deep obsession with art. They even have different factions who occupy different areas of the city. Mechanoid is obsessed with art. Would it be similar to Nozzle, whom the Grey Raven found before? But remember, Nozzle was kept by the VGA for research after Grey Raven retrieved him. Do you know anything, Ayla? Ayla? The Sika turns out to ask Ayla for her opinions. Ayla has already stepped off her hiding place. Thinking that her construct storms towards the doodling Basile. Her eyes filled with rage that could melt even steel. I can't stand this anymore. Ayla raises her fist and shouts towards the mechanoid. Hey, what do you think you're doing? What? Startled by Ayla's sudden outburst, Basile friendly tries to scurry away before a specific direction in mind. He ends up crashing into the wall with a bang and falling over as he loses balance. The whole scene is quite comedic. This wall was originally covered with someone else's art, was not? How could you ruin others' work without permission? I don't know what kind of ideas for you have going on, or if it's personal grudge. But if you can't pay the minimal respect towards other creators, then don't expect others to respect your work. I'm sorry, don't take me away, I don't want to be disassembled. Lena is dumbfounded by Ayla's actions. Is that what I call the rage of artists? This was the first time I've seen Ayla so angry. Either way, let's go. What should I do? Cervantes was right. Cicely and Monet are both gone, and now me. You really gave him quite a fright, Ayla. I was that too aggressive? Daya comes down, she looks at the trembling Basile, realizing that she went a bit overboard. She scratches her head apologetically. But if we don't properly educate him on his behavior, he won't notice his mistake. Parts disassembly. Well, we still have retreat. Revive fantastic mechanical impressionism. Yeah, at my end this year. He's so different from how he was before. But isn't he overreacting a bit? Didn't say anything that scary. We're not going to do anything to you. We? Are you not constructs from Babylonia? The ones who want to bring us back and dissect us for research? You're from Babylonia, but we won't do anything like that without reason. No, since he's an abnormal magnet of the city, isn't it our responsibility to send a sample back to the Science Council? Or just stop teasing me like that. At least for now, we just want to find out more about the city. But he did mention other mechanoids being abducted. I think that's not a lie. These mechanoids are trying to avoid being captured by someone, and what we saw before makes sense. Are there other teams here carrying out missions other than us? If that's the case, HQ would have notified us. And the mechanoid referred to us Cervantes. He seemed to know that Babylonia was going to send someone over. Well, to be fair, we were invited over. You Basile, right? Who is the Cervantes you speak of, and what is it about Babylonia abducting mechanoids? If you answer our questions truthfully, we'll let you go. Ayla needs down and smites at Basile. Cervantes is our spiritual leader. We followed him here and rebuilt the abandoned city to how it is now. It's mechanoids now who want to learn more about the art left behind the sage have turned the city into our base. We want to recreate the emotions that the sage had inspired in us. But Cervantes never joins us. He's always in his museums, and the tower left behind from the Golden Age. 2 months ago he suddenly announced that people from Babylonia would be coming to the city, and told us to hide. He went as far as to ask us to leave the city. But these streets are our battlefield. If you don't occupy it, it'll be occupied by both serious mechanical Fauvists and multi-dimensional mechanical cupists. As fantastic and mechanical impressionists are originals and most traditional, you cannot lose to those who came after. So Cicely and Monet did heed Cervantes' warning, and they were never seen again after coming out to the streets. Cervantes looked like he's the mechanoid we're looking for. But 2 months ago, Babylonia still hadn't found out about the existence of Count Stadia yet 2 months ago. Looks like the situation is more complicated than we think. Would the Sentinel have pretended to be constructs from Babylonia with the effect of their tower, they would look like normal constructs if they suppress the punishing virus within them. We can't rule out the possibility. 2 months ago, someone from Babylonia. Wait, song signal. Selena? No, you wouldn't do something like this. I'm sure you wouldn't. Lena, have you been to museums Basile mentioned? I always want to call him Brazil. No, I've only investigated the perimeters, but the museum surround the windmill, so if you want to get to the windmill, we will pass the museums. Looks like we've got a clear objective en route now. Let's go. Both of them replan their route. Just as they're about to leave, Ayla stops. Turns to look at the wall covered in graffiti of curious shapes and symbols, but he has already stood up. When his gaze meets Ayla's, he starts to tremble again. Ayla just smiles at him. Art created by magnets, huh? I would love to understand it more in depth if possible. About the difference in factions you mentioned, and why they fight with one another. And the art of the sage you worship so much. Please tell us more. Nanami just duels shit. Trust me, she's no great artist. Please tell us more about you guys if we do meet again. Before that, remember to properly apologize to the artist of this painting, got it? Oh, of course. Well, then goodbye. Right, since the situation doesn't look that good, you should get back to somewhere safe. We'll keep an eye out for your missing friends. And once this is all over, you can have a proper show down against the other factions. If you're going to win, you might as well do it with style. Ayla signals Basile with a peace sign with her fingers, smiling, signaling victory and peace before rejoining her teammates. Basile stares after Ayla, lost in thought until she disappears on the horizon. For some reason, he's reminded of a wanderer they had met long ago. Art by Magnets? I'm really interested in new creation. Can you tell me more about you guys? There it is! The first combat stage, fucking finally! Yeah, no, nearly 2 hours in, you know. Extension of a red cup stops at the shut door. The museum is the outermost one among all art. Iris Wobble has reached here without problem. From the decorations, sculptures and words on the outside, no doubt schemes welcome to our passerbys. But paired with deafening silence makes the whole scene a bit eerie. Looks like it's not just somewhere one passes to get to the windmills. It's worth investigating, and so the 3 constructs look over at Seeker. Let's investigate it then. Roger. Not wasting a second, Ayla makes her way over to the control panel and wakes up the system. Was not as she mentioned, the door to the museum opened up with a few clicks of a button. Now for a final question. Who should be the vanguard in this limited space? Looking at Seeker, who's deep in thought, Trojan steps forward. Even though she keeps insisting that she is not a prime anymore, she's still a tank. Leave it to me. Ayla shouts passionately as she enters the museum. Then Trojan glares at Jiva until the latter shrugs. Since she has a new frame, then less elite. A good chance to observe firsthand what Kaleido can do. Start from beginning. Why the fuck should I start from middle? Yes, a beautiful frame, I'm aware. Oh, Piggy! This museum, the art museum in the city center. Oh, I can walk. Yeah, I can abuse the camera. Welcome visitors. Caesar? Allow me to take you through the exhibition. This way, please. Constadia, Central Art Museum Hall. Oh, this is like quite the quality. Art museum built by mechanites. Everything what will show up in our hall. Please bear with me for a moment. Here's an overview of the art museum. What the fuck is this shit? This is too high tech, I don't like this. Please follow this order and start your tour. Is that a hologram? Hey, it's this incredible mechanical. I wonder what next trick we have. Creating data. What the fuck's Rosetta doing? Why? This makes no sense. What? This makes no sense. For like a projection of feared her to be here. Displaying the tight information about our Arctic Route Union Hall. Knocking you for portraying portion of the Arctic Circle. One of the biggest volcanic units of the Golden Age. Yes. I really miss a stronger mimic the best string after that mission. Please continue browsing the designated order. This is weird. Fuck. Creating data. What? Should have no information about any of it. Like this is all post Golden Age. Like where the fuck did you get these data from? Displaying detailed information Kowloon Hall. Vision commercial organization and Golden Age. Code City of East Asia with well developed. Yeah. It's like pretty much all known if you've like played PGR. Kowloon, it's been. I wish I could see Kowloon's glory during the Golden Age. He's playing the tight visual Forest Park Hall. Peaceful and quiet Forest Park, one of the famous Golden Age human tourist spots. This is... Do you reckon this place doesn't ring a bell for me? No, not really. That was Puglia Forest Park, what the fuck? It's playing about the... What? What? Data encrypted? Is this a bug? No. That gypsum surely doesn't. I don't like the look on your eyes. Please browse only in designated order. Please browse only with designated order. What's happening? Did you trigger anything? Emergency kill, please do not panic. Please return to this journey. Oh yeah. Anyway, everyone, get ready for battle. Well, let me go first.
The colors are wrong.
Great, now I've access to my actually fucking orbs.
Eureka! Behold, a world of imagination! Yes, Eureka!
I can't like... Can't use my ult anyway. Right now at least.
The canvas is ready!
Now, Bo. Yee, drawing.
Time to paint!
And
Paint the future in these new colors!
just like a heads up. But like the ult has like 2 different ending animations if you like do it. Depending on like how you do it.
Behold, a world of imagination! Yes, Eureka!
Oops.
The colors
That's on me, I
are
walked into that one.
Behold, a world of imagination!
I just get 3 orbs.
The canvas is ready!
Can I like even make an ult? Ah no. I can only like do maximum
Paint the
output
future
ult.
in these
That's a
new
shame.
colors.
Because she makes like a
Do you
tee
understand
face.
the essence of Aylaism yet? Behold,
No, I
a
don't.
world
That's the
of
problem,
imagination.
Ayla.
Do you understand the essence of Aylaism yet?
I don't. Oh here.
I'll not start with the loading problems now.
Ah, not again. I don't know why these things kept happening. Like 2 hours and then it starts doing this shit. There was no problem before, why are you doing this to me now?
Ah, fuck, what's that, man?
Goes on. What's going on? It's working fine.
Oh, come on. I may need to like do something very annoying to get slow ends. Like annoying for me more than anything. Cause like for some reason it constantly like doesn't do it otherwise, but you know.
Lobby alarm is not disarmed. Mechanic status continue to attack towards Iris Wobbler. Statue's movements are not complex, but they have advantage in numbers. No matter how many they defeat, there are always new ones that appear out of nowhere to replace them. Seeker cannot predict when the next batch of enemies will strike next, and since Iris Wobbler is still a new team, their cooperation is far from flawless. If we continue on like this, it's just a matter of time for mechanic stages to break through the defensive. They keep coming. The bullets rapidly fire from a tactical pistol hit weak joints of the statues. Seeker was not his best shooter in that class, but no matter actually she shoots, Seeker may opt for disadvantage of armor. He has to shoot half of a magazine before the mechanic steady sees that movement. The usefulness of command at this level well is limited. Get behind me, we'll be in trouble if you get hurt. But allow all rods to flow through the air and pierce the through the few statues in front of Seeker with force. This isn't anytime soon. You need to find a way to make them stop. Sparks strike from a beam blade and heavy taunt fuzz. They hit statues. Ayla and Trojan have been bearing most of the burden of vanguards. Ayla can still manage with a new frame, but the sick queller of mind damage is starting to show for Trojan as time goes on. Probably activate the security system of the museum. We talking about Golden Age formats, then the security stages are most probably remotely linked to the system. Thanks for info, but what's the point? The point is, if you can't hack the firewall of a museum and shut off the alarm, then the stages won't move anymore. Does anyone here have a frame that has hacking functions? Heads up, not me. I may have the same name as the famous computer virus, but don't expect an old relic from the Golden Age like me to be able to hack. This is the first time I see people saying they use this with such confidence. Fine, I'll hack the system, but I'm not a support type, so I have to use more primitive methods. Hang in there till I get back. Relying on spatial data from the scan, Lena finds a hidden node port in the lobby. She takes out a specialized arrow from a quiver. This arrow contains a mini terminal, which can utilize contract computing power to break through out from the inside. She plugs this arrow, which is connected to a frame, into the port. Instantly large amount of data swarms her mind. She focuses on processing these data shards, trying to find a point for her to penetrate through. Damn it, this frame. If Lena lost as an offensive asset, Seeker had to get Ayla and Trojan to shrink the defensive area. It also implies that the enemies will attack more frequently as commandant, which could continue to turmoil in Trojan's mind. Why do I feel like there's an increase in enemies? The system's level 2 secret protocol. It detected me trying to hack it through the port. Give me some more time. Waves after waves of mechanics that appear with no end in sight. I seem to have determined Leonard to be the biggest threat, targeting their attacks. Elena, making it harder for Ayla and Trojan to defend. If only I can help. Leonard, you 11 o'clock. Enemies are heading over. Trojan hits a statue in the head with a taunt force as she turns to warn Helena. But she's already at her limits trying to take care of the most mechanics in front of her. You cannot take any more. Damn it, just a bit more. Don't worry, I got you covered. Hey, what are you doing? Sika already lunged towards the statue before Lena could finish her sentence. She's nimble as an Bodide. A tactical dagger slips into her hand, and she actually stabs the statue in its neck joint. The dagger emits an electromagnetic impulse, instantly demobilizing the statue. Not wasting a second, she turns and pounces onto another mechanoid, rapidly pulling the trigger and shooting directly into statues. It's something I've tried to do, but what the fuck is an iris warbler? Because if you have like half the knowledge, you like know all the squads are named after something. Birds, for example. Like the task force. Task force like is that like an iris warbler bird? Well, whatever. Yeah, like task force are all named after birds. Well, I mean, to be fair, like, you know, like Strikehawk, Grey Raven. Then they're like special. It's not completely true, but you know, there's like a lot of them. There's like Cerberus and everything, but you know. Unlike 2 stages in a row with surprising imposing manner, Sticker grits her teeth and shoots at nearby stairs with a pistol. Even the newest pistol with expanded magazines would come a moment when it saws herself. For the choice, she smashed a pistol into the memory shell of a statue in front of her. Blast, her face cracks, but the red glow of its eyes indicates that this was not enough to take it out. Scream. The hollowing spark shines in front of Sika. Ice blue energy stream swipes past, blasting away the mechanoids in front of Sika like a lawnmower. Not far away, the muzzle of Ayla's gun is sting with white smoke, indicating that the energy blast was shot from it. Why didn't you take that out earlier? Well, this is my last resort because it was made according to the blast hammer that of Shire. I don't know if it worked or not. Kinda insisted I had this function when I was brainstorming this new frame. Really should thank her when we get back. The beam blade flickers as if one hit has used up all the stored energy. Right. Alright, and disarm. Just as then I announced this, the blaring alarm finally stops. The remaining statue sees the attack. Sika, are you alright? Ayla Hoffnings extends her hand to Sika, helping her up. Yes, I'm fine. Sorry I didn't expect them to suddenly take us like that, and I panicked. It's not your fault. They seemed pretty normal at the beginning. I don't recall us doing anything that could have enraged them. I don't think we triggered the alarm. Or is this a trap set by the mechanoid called Cervantes. Ayla dies with scattered statue pieces on the ground. After a series of fierce battles, meticulously designed. The base is now in ruins. Spending so much effort in creating this museum, and just letting it get destroyed as a battlefield to get rid of Anturias. Just she gets lost in deep thought, a small wave of quelling data. Quelling can be heard from behind. What in the world were you thinking back then? Why did you protect me? Usually calm and collected, Lena is now furiously shouting at Sika. What if you get serious danger? What should contact connected to you do then? Her eyes are clouded by complicated haze, as if what she's seeing is not Sika, who's standing in front of her, but a past memory she does not dare to recall. You're not a newbie on the first mission. Do not possess a bit of common sense. Even if I get injured, I just have to change my parts and get fixed, and even if I die, you can still lead the remaining members to finish the mission. But the core of the squad is commanded. The FIS not teach you to survive rate of the squad without a commandant. Yeah. But she survived, so who cares? Like, berating someone about what could possibly happen is not wrong. But you know, if she succeeds, that means her calculation like was right. Saying, you can't really like blame her at that point. Why did you respond to the squad's SOS signal? You should focus on the battlefield on the front lines. Don't you know the weight of pros and cons before making decisions as a commandant? I've got a stranded deal with an enemy turret. It's a suicide mission. Your job is to stabilize or might be good. Tactics? What kind of tactics can someone who has never set foot in a war come up with? I admit some actions were rash. As a commander, I should have prioritized my own safety. Because on the battlefield, the commandant is the construct's lifeline. But in our case, just now, protecting you was a priority, because without you hacking the system, the battle would have been prolonged and we would have been at even more of a disadvantage. That was my judgment of the situation as a commandant. Then I relaxed her fist sized defeatedly. I apologize for my outburst. It's partly my fault as a scout, not being able to predict the situation. Let's not waste any more time here and move on. But running away from something, Lena leaves the lobby through the exit on the side. Let's go. Sergeant pat Sika's shoulder before following after Lena. I think she was worried about your safety. I know. Door opens and combines once more. Compared to how they entered without board last time, the four of them are much more cautious. Metal wards are covered in a thin layer of frost. Trojan lightly knocks it with her weapon and inspects the shard that has fallen to the ground. Nothing unusual about this, just frozen due to the low temperature. Looks like the Femia's winter wonderland. Inspecting that area, they find a refrigeration unit as expected. There's no control panel, so we'll have to shut it down by force. By force, you mean? Nina draws a bow and aims for the air outlet. Stop! Please stop! Our hoarse voice suddenly yells out. Lena immediately changes the target and aims towards the origin of the voice. Please don't break that device, it'll destroy the exhibits in the museum. 4 members of Aylaism are finally taking a look at the mechanoid that confronted them. Don't hurt me, I'm just a messenger. As if to authenticate its identity, the mechanoid crouches down. Parts on its body start to expand. It slowly builds a device they've never seen before, and the light flashes on top of it. The light slowly forms into a human shape, or precisely, it looks like a hologram of a human. Who the fuck are you? Greetings, guests from Babylonium. The voice is not emitted from the device, but the speakers in the exhibition hall. Hello, who are you? I am the city's temporary administrator. I am responsible for operation of mechanoids in the city. And those statues. Most of security guards who protect this exhibition halls. Was not my intention to attack you. What do you mean? Mr. Administrator, let me introduce myself. I'm Cervantes. And you must be Ayla. Cervantes' hologram stops in front of Ayla and inspects her. You know me? I can say that. Since you're standing here, that means part of my plan succeeded. Part of your plan succeeded? Right, the signature was mentioned. No need to fret, I just wanted to invite you to the city as guests. I was at the welcome committee just now when you guys sure are passionate. Cervantes does not explain, nor does he seem to want to explain. Continues diving into Ayla's eyes before glancing at the other members. Ah, that really is. Sika quietly sneaks over to Lena's side as Cervantes keeps saving him up. Lena, can you tell me where he really is? You give me that robot, then I may be able to trace where he's sending the signal from. Oh, as they're plotting this, but Cervantes suddenly directs the conversation to them. Sorry, but please refrain from doing that. Come in peace, of course. I would ask you to trust me completely. The situation in the city is currently a bit complicated, although I do not disapprove of it. Cervantes? If you really mean us no harm, then please answer questions honestly. What is your plan? I never remember a pair of red eyes look over to Ayla. So for contemplation, Cervantes only speaks after a while. For now, I just hope for you to enjoy the exhibitions in this museum. Especially you, Ayla, of PGR. Me? Ayla is startled by his unexpected answer. Just as she's about to ask more in depth, Cervantes already answered her. Look at it as a request from a fellow artist. I've buried all that I have seen, lost and experienced here. And that of what the city named Constelia, an unfinished city that only existed in fantasy, had experienced at the end of the Golden Age. I'm sure VJ is interested in this. I hope that you can give me an answer after seeing everything. Also, I want to see how well this squad can operate. It will be a truly valuable experience. Now please follow this mechanoid and enjoy the exhibition. That Cervantes' hologram disappears, leaving him with an empty exhibition hall and the mechanoid who was reconstructing himself. Please follow me. Follow you. This is a joke. Wait. Let's do as he says for now. Are you serious? One of the reasons for the founding of Aylaism is to retrieve information about the Golden Age civilization. What Cervantes says is true, and he knows what happened to Constelia when we need the information from him. If we don't do as he says, it may lead to bloodshed like earlier again. We're already not a squad specializing in battle. We should act carefully. And these exhibitions look quite interesting. There's a need for further investigation. Fine, several at the VGA like this. But if this is what Commander and Captain decide, then I don't object. We just have to be careful. Well, is that a replica of the largest Moses class icebreaker from Moonman's port back in the voyage, or... Well, and I could even finish a sentence. Ayla's intentions are already fully captivated by the exhibits of all. Wait, Ayla, we need to maintain information. Let's be once on guard and leave the investigation to them. Layla pinches her bridge up her nose as she tries to soothe this headache, induced by recklessness while she follows them. Intellect. Oh, this... The stage continues, what the fuck? I thought it would be over, what the fuck? That's new. Normally there's no stop, like, normally this doesn't happen. There's like story stages, and then you like start with a story, make a stage, and then end the stage. At best. Like to all Sesames. Dark struggle with both Ghost Base, and the humans never give up exploring it. Golden Age Dark Stream completely conquered it, and I want to choose the persistence and struggle. Live like one. Are we going to test our combat ability? Don't break formation, everyone. Get ready, everyone. Actually, our cleaning squad still is in charge of boards. Quit that squirts. Might get long. And just original
Behold, a world
of imagination.
Yes, Eureka! The canvas is ready.
Oh, I see.
Let's paint the future in these new colors.
See? Teehee. She makes like a different face. Data recorder comparing data power. Data power is above expected value. Speculation, the lead contract's performance was further enhanced in the Arctic Cold's environment. Playing phase build test, starting now. Ugh. Military mechanite this time. Now I call this a challenge.
Do you understand the essence of Aylaism yet? Behold, a world of the canvas is ready. Oh, yeah!
Man, it's really hard to like get enough.
In these new colors.
No,
Colors
he's so big I
are
didn't even
wrong.
see. Okay, production failed. Total of 28 members. The previous imagine would have been thought. So actually truly a bit fighting these bionics all along. Analysis failed, analysis failed. I think alright, the failed analysis trigger the highest level of bell protest. Highest level, huh? Guess we can't hold back then.
Yes, Eureka! Behold, a world of imagination. The canvas is ready. Ha! Let's paint the future in these new
They just all fucking dodged me.
Do you understand the essence of Aylaism? Behold, a world of imagination. Do you understand the essence of Aylaism yet?
Here it burns better than not versus quickly. So, next all starting maps. I since I invite you to explore us all. Once you're finished, you can come to me so I can lectures. Oh, check out this all. Like that to explore. Like I know all of this. Just like actually played Veritas was who played the big role in the Active Unit. It's the first human hybrid construct and barrier with human body. Leader of Babylona sends Fatal Nest did a data to the human structure of the combat suit to more during the battle in the Arctic area. Yeah. The sends complete blow and counter. Not going to like read this, it's like still a lot. Spend permanent military industry space. It's just like a. Is that like written wrongly, or am I just kind of an idiot? Because I don't think that's how it's written. What would you like to see? Norwell! That's unknown. Great, fuck you too, that's about, you know. What's like the recording actually now that I asked about it? Late recording. Fleming speaking, this being now its final voyage. Corrupted, destroyed almost half of Entrum, used everything could but it's still leaking. 3 days naval builders fell. Ah, fortunately was well enough. The fair will go down together. First minute I will be Aurora tonight. I hear the wailed songs around. I get everyone on deck to witness our ending. May the routine live forever. Head deep into the hall. So please get ready. Person over there. Speaking of Arctic Route Union. Alright, let's start the boss fight. This is just like frozen darkness. Even as a puppet, still new, wrong one. Let's end. George Garage is coming for us.
Behold, the colors.
They hit earlier than they should have. I hate him, like horse form. I'm being like completely honest.
My ideas are blooming. Let's paint the future in these new colors. Yes, Eureka!
It's really not necessary, but you know, like say.
Behold, a world of
Animation.
imagination. Do you understand the essence of Aylaism yet? The canvas is ready. My ideas are blooming. Let's paint the future in these new colors.
Yep, the heat face. She not dead.
The colors are wrong.
Oh, I have to like weaken out like 3 times before doing anything. We finally we played the finest gun as flesh as part, so there's huge body finding faults. The gold's empty grenade gun, the body quivers due to exhaustion. The weapon box you were carrying all this time, this is what was in it. An ammo for Ayla's weapon, and spare Rosalana. I only brought this gun just in case it's more familiar with this kind of weapon. It wouldn't have worked earlier when we were inside, but I'm glad it was able to help now. I'm impressed that you can identify its behavior patterns so quickly. Wasn't for your plan, this would have been a tough fight. No, it's only because of that in Babylonia. I had one off meeting a few times when I was training Navanessa. You know, the hybrid constructs are still very rare nowadays, so I had to record it down all of the information and build data. Classic valedictory thing to do. But there's someone who can fight against the strongest ascendant. Alpha, even though this is not the real thing, it was still very overwhelming. And Mechanoid really is something to be able to make this look exactly like the real deal. I also don't understand why he made a replica in the first place. Being a representative for the Arctic Route Union themed exhibition, I know that's the most suitable. I'm very of a technology possessors, although I've never seen the real Rosetta in action. This impostor showed some quite historic power. Go with his statues earlier, but Babylonia has to go against that. He not only reconstructed the whole city, also possessed the battle data of Babylonian constructs and the technology to create it all. So using all of this to Babylonia just use Constellia's space to have the VGA send members over to investigate? Don't know, I'm still forced to conclude right now. At least as he had said, he doesn't wish to harm us. Now we can only do as he said and pull off his exhibit. For this feels like being led on a wild goose chase. It's a bit unpleasant. Well, road is always rocky on the way to find a boss at a site. I think we cooperate very well just now. Sigurd's commanding is more calm than before too, they help quite a bit. I give her 5 out of 10, don't let it get too ahead. From afar, Lena returns to Bavas after expecting the area. Command ability thought of using specialized electromagnetic shells to restrict the enemy's movements, but if it hadn't worked, or if it was not created completely according to the assortment data, then you would have exposed yourself to danger. Could have used me for remote restriction, increasing the battle's efficiency. I found something interesting. While waiting for Sigurd to react, Lena throws something over to Ayla. What's this? Ayla opens her hand. A small data chip lies in her palm. The silver-white clip shines like a fake snow on crowd. According to my scan results, this chip should have memory data on it. You can read it while report as contracts have. Mrs. Cervantes? Looks like this is the thing he said he left behind. There may be valuable information on it. Then should decide who reads it. We have them all look in the same direction. Alright, I do it. Yeah, this is like straight up 2 stages one after another. Oh, 3 stages like one after another. Oh, so that's the case. That makes this smuggling easier. That makes this far better if I can like have the stages like all happen after one after another.
Now we're back to reading.
Hey Carl, wake up, come on. Why is command technically sitting sleeping mode? Engine model reconnected, data changed detected. Automate generic lock data, lock according to program. Confirmed, world time synchronized. Personal destination online, not complete. Saving lock in text form. Today was the 23rd day since we left from one spot. According to the plan, the Morris class icebreaker naval left the Barents Harvard on the 22nd. They ended the border of Greenland Sea and Norwegian Sea. After periodically ingesting depending Michelle's contention of seasickness as a it is the 7th time he has tried to paint on the decks. He persisted for 30 minutes at this time. Probably had to stop due to a strong wind. Meaning Captain Fleming caught a cod that weighs 2 pounds and he enjoyed sashimi together with Michelle. Daily alcohol consumption is 22%. Well, doctors recommend about. I received a verbal promise when trying to stop Ayla from consuming more, but according to the past 6 months, there's an 89 chance that he will not keep his promise. Ayla went back to his room 21 minutes later when it's average sleep time. Boarding complete, releasing cage. Kach. Starting lock mode. Good morning, Michelle. Not your usual walking time. It's an emergency. Of course it's an emergency. We brought the venture to the target sea area. Captain says the weather will be good for the next few days. Everyone's excited. Look very happy, Michelle. I was still missing the lands a few days ago, but now I'm in love with the sea. Humans are really figgy, aren't we, Carl? 3 months ago, you said you would stab your eyes with a pencil if you had to watch another one of those rubbish films by UC Entertainment. 2 weeks later, you secretly went to see the premiere of Beyond the Bride by yourself. I think this supports your idea. The main character wasn't that good, but there was a little boy in one of the supporting roles who blew us away with his acting. Wait, how do you know I went to watch it. I thought I had from.
Does he mean? Is he talking about Roland? Possibly, maybe.
Different from humans, mechanoids have more ways to obtain information. If you need advice, I can't find out everything about you. I guess that's true. You always remember everything. Come, let's go to the decks. Michele pats his assistant on the shoulder, treating him like an old friend like he has for the past 10 years. Sun still has not risen above the horizon, yet then I push open the cabin doors, but what appears in front of him is not pitch black darkness, as they are now near the Arctic Circle, but a faint aurora dancing across the skies before dawn comes. A lot of crewmates are already on the deck. Today is the resting day on the Aurora. A whole day of freedom. Vikings used to think auroras were rays of light reflected from the goddess Valkyrie's armor. Called it God's skirt, the Aurora is believed to lead the souls of dead warriors to Valhalla. They will bask in eternal glory. It's an old myth passed on for generations, way before the establishment of the Arctic Route Union. Ugh. Even now, a lot of people in the Union still believe it's true. What about you, Carl? What do you think the Aurora represents? Magnus do a brief in region, so naturally he does not believe there's the place of gods above the auroras. It's merely a reaction brought on by plasma molecules, and which effect caused by the ionization of molecules in the upper atmosphere. Solar wind was captured by its magnetic field. No matter how magnificent or mysterious something is in the eyes of humans, after understanding the mechanics behind it, it no longer retains its fascination. I don't know what kind of answer you expect in Michele. He knows Michele. The artist has a personality that stands out even in the society he is in. Michele would not be asking, misexpecting explanation on how auroras are formed. There's not really an answer I'm expecting to hear, Carl. Just think that this would be good fuel for your paintings. If you're a creator like me, would you want to paint the scene? I'm not sure, Michele. As long as I download the relevant learning modules, I can use deep learning to master all drawing techniques, imitate the strokes of all famous painters, and even combine these skills to create paintings of auroras no one has ever seen before. It just as it is proof of a mechanoid's currently in art. That's not true creating, isn't it? Mutation and coupling cannot birth new things, but that doesn't mean mechanoids are limited to that. I look forward to the day when mechanoids create real art, but it may be too long of a waste for someone as old as me. Michele, please don't be pessimistic about your F situation. You still have a lot you want to do, a lot you will do. You're responsible for designing that city. It become your greatest work. It may just be selfishness of an artist. Sometimes I feel that I just don't want to let go of the brush. But thanks to that, I'm still fighting to live longer. Alright, I still have things I want to do, and I will do. Heck, isn't that why we're on the ship in the first place? I'm sure you'll be able to satisfied from this trip. Carlo was set, so praying for his master. Look, Carl, something's coming. Pointing at the sea, Michele suppresses excitement and whispers to Carl. Carl's eyes do not capture anything abnormal. Unlike humans, mechanoids do not possess intuition or sixth sense. We do not know what it feels like to have a premonition. He remained silent, his logical circuits cannot comprehend how he got. Same conclusion as Michele, ignoring all but the truth of coding. The deck quiets down as the crewmates all hold their breaths, their hands freeze mid-air while holding the alcohol. The first cry of the word, a huge black and white silhouette jumps out of the water. A humpback whale, huge waves are stirred up by the whale, splashing onto Carla and Michele, and also the crewmates on deck. The crewmates cheer enthusiastically. They drink in glee and sing at sea shanties from Viking times, celebrating the scene they just witnessed under the auroras of dawn. The Arctic Reunion was founded. All whale hunting activity was banned around the world, and the people devised a new rule. The whales became new nautical guardians. Every time people see whale, they celebrate the commemorated encounter. I don't think the Japanese liked that ban, but you know, they have to live with it. They lost World War II. Carl, do you know why whales sleep out of water? Well, that's not definite by a logical explanation yet. Maybe it's for communication, or it's part of his spiration cycle. Lots of people think they get rid of parasites this way. And do you know why humans celebrate like this? I cannot fully comprehend the psychological reason behind this action. But I think it may be similar to the feeling when people see a aurora. When did you learn to be ambiguous, Carl? Michele smiles meaningfully at Carl. Carl once again finds himself unable to unleash Michele's current feelings. We see isn't the way, but ourselves. We think we are serving the world around us, but in truth we are all merely looking at ourselves. Ourselves? What did you see, Carl? What was it that you saw when the wave burst through the waters? I saw. Calling stopped. Mary Data finishes playing. Ayla opens her eyes and sees Vava free looking at her with buried breath. Why is everyone so nervous? We're just worried, and maybe construct by is hidden in there, since it was left behind by the enemy. Didn't see you guys worrying before when you picked me to read it. It's a precaution. That seaweed at Mechanoid didn't look like someone who would use dirty tricks. But if something did happen, our reliable commandant would have been the first to dive into your mind to save you. Ayla, what did you see? I feel like it stopped at a very crucial moment. I'll tell Saos what she saw. Of a feeling I didn't expect to actually see Michele from when he was still alive. This Mary belongs to that mechanoid named Carl, although that name is different. If he's Cervantes, then that would explain how he found the city, before humans did. That is true, what happened to him in the past few decades that led him to appearing in front of us like this. Creators like to express themselves through their art. What does Cervantes want to convey? Because he saw a frightening battle and because he had seen the previous glory of the Arctic Reunion, so he wanted to record it down permanently. Do you have an idea, Ayla? Nope. Although I currently don't have any ideas. Info was just a scene from memory, and that it was seen through someone else's eye. Huge shadow of a wave blocking the breaking of dawn. We were breaking through the ice while singing, heading towards the tip of the world. The ruins of a nave will silently stand atop the man-made ice. They may not be replicas at all, but the actual piece of ocean liner he had been on. The Arctic Union's last line of defense, the center galloping on the snowfields. She attacked the white-head construct countless times and became a dome that sheltered everyone when the cave collapsed. Replica was put here as the last guardian of these images of the past. What he's thinking may be surprisingly simple. What do you mean? Just a feeling, nothing for sure. A well-planned musical would put its dramatic plot twist at the very end, or released before the end do not hold water. To assume it's Cervantes' art, we have to at least see it full before jumping to conclusions. It's not only out of respect for the creator, since he wants something from me who belongs to PGA, and I have to respond to him in PGA way. In a pitch black hall, meticulously decorated night armor is placed in the center of the room. Thick belts of the lifeless armor, light flashes irregularly, as if there's a consciousness of its own. Continues to emit this incomprehensible white noise, as if this has snoozing beast waiting for someone to open its cage. Oh, that's the top of the tower. Hector and Construct stands alone on the edge of the tower. He looks down on the surrounding buildings, yet his eyes are not looking at anywhere specific. Even though he gave his all to reconstruct the city, he does not care for it at all. In human civilization, there's no emotion called home. There's an emotion called homesick. People develop special feelings for a place they were raised in, and then they are away from that place. These emotions get amplified. The mechanoid assembled and activated in the city. I think it makes sense for me to stay here. But he's different. I do not understand the art he is obsessed about, but since we are now back to this place after all this time, it means the duty we must fulfill is coming to an end. Why does he still look lost? Looking at his figure, this question sometimes comes up in my memory shell. Could not be something I should worry about. Ooh, cute. Levantes. Something metal would see now. Levantes, you requested for everyone to refrain from going onto the streets for the time being, but some mechanics are not satisfied by this. As far as I know, a few mechanics have already snuck out of the designated safe areas to create. I'm not the actual administrator. They have the right to do as they please. Don't worry, I have a backup plan. Now is just not the time for it yet. Once this is over, I will lead all the mechanites who are putting away. I don't understand Cervantes. The church has technology that makes the city undetectable to all humans, not only for the church. Consider it as a natural habitat for mechanoids. When you left the Church of Mechana and came here all those years ago, you spent a few years. It's time to create an environment suitable for us. Just like a heads up, but like awakened machines are immune to the punishing virus. I just want to like say this. So like if he's an awakened machine that understands why he can like live in a dead zone. It's why Nanami can run around wherever she wants, because like, you know, she was a awakened machine. I mean technically she's also a construct, but you know. Blah blah blah. Same goes for like a Hikma. Awakened machine. And now you invite Babylonia here. Why? City is just a shell. Doesn't represent anything. Mechanoids, however, have infinite time. You can always create another city. That's exactly the same. Down to the last people. And due to the emergence of the Hedge Tower, it's only a matter of time before humans find the city. However said, the sage Machina is back. There's no reason for us to stay here any longer. Cervantes, you didn't answer my question. Why you willingly expose ourselves to the humans of Babylonia? Why you achieve that tragic creation of humans? That thing is a product of humans, of human will. It showed me some things I didn't notice before, which is why I kept it. Mostly, how should I put it? All of this, I'm just going to say that it has the same color scheme as Lena. It's definitely connected to her. All of this is for finding an answer. I've been to lots of places over the years and have witnessed the actions of humans after the outbreak of a punishing virus. The International Space Station, Archipelago, Kowloon, the underground cavern of City 075, Spolia Forest Park, Imperia, Luna Bay. How the fuck did you witness all of this? The Red Tide. The Red Tide is like kinda late mentioned, considering it's like before Puya Past Forest and like somewhere around here, you know. It's like after Kowloon. When they're united, even though there are conflicts every time, and even though they all have different ideas and goals. From a lot of mechanoids of the church, humans are weak and hopeless. Contradicting and incomprehensible. They can always turn a crisis around at crucial moments, creating unexpected miracles. That includes things that cannot be calculated, includes something that I cannot explain with words. I'm trying to find it, the reason that leads to these results. But all my efforts have ended in failure. Until the Hedgehog Tower was reversed, I finally confirmed this and accepted it. If I cannot find the answers in Mechanoid, why not ask the humans who already have the answers? Mechanoids, exciting creation, not discovery. What makes you think the humans will do as you wish? No, they will. At least that person from VJA will. They will prove to me the results of their hard work of many years. Scanning fish data model reading complete. Planning the most suitable route Spooner this way. The empty streets, the white female construct works together with a very anthropic construct. Spooner, Hikma stops when a comrade does not reply. Nothing this place is just very impressive. Well, and this city from a golden age, so even just a part of it will be... Let's recreate it quite actually. Are you in awe and jealousy of your senior's achievement as a successor? Really like to hit where it hurts recently. It was serious bad influence. Compared to before, I think my empathetic abilities have increased, so I'm currently testing it. It was alright. I think you should look up what empathetic actually means. But I have to admit, the Mechanoid Savant really is something else. I only started painting halfway through my life, so I'm nowhere as skilled as him. Tower was responsible for all construction work within the church, but that was before you joined. He was one of the earliest Mechanoids to join the church, with Magician and Hierophant as his peers. Church of Mechana only started to reform after Arcana founded them. Human Speech is an OG member. He's a real one, he's an OG! So the Sage wants us to bring Savandas back to the church. Now, Sage she needs to gather our scattered comrades from a path she believes in. For the path she believes in. Alvin, Tower, there's still Moon, Stars, Justice, and a lot more people for us to find. Together with a new ally, Nanami is about to awaken. Our expedition is just a— what the fuck? You mean the Kowloon Mechanoid that has been kept in the church for years? I don't know if she has regained consciousness yet, or not. Ah, Han Ying. You will, and another Sage's guidance, we will be united. She raises her head, looking over the windmill tower not far away. Let's go finish the mission she gave us. And to welcome our wandering friend home. Does the stage, does this chapter have an actual antagonist? Because so far, I mean, technically they're an antagonist. Are they an antagonist? They're not even a villain. So far there doesn't seem to be an actual antagonist for the story. Hidden the shadows in the corner. You mean those two just now aren't members of Babylonia you mentioned? Girl with a figure mostly hidden by a cloak stands next to Murknut, listening to his whispers. Wandering looking girl lowers her head in contemplation and murmurs to herself. Babylonia. Now here, where have I heard that before? And Ayla. Did they come for it, or? Since the music has sounded and curtains have been pulled, it would be rude for the audience to leave halfway, right? I don't know what's the point, obscuring her. It's not like I don't know who that is. Wow. If you're at this part in the story and you don't know who that is, I think you're kind of illiterate. Or, blind. No matter how many times she has seen Kowloon, she's still stunned by its magnificence every time. Sitting engulfed by rainbow color light. Sparks flashing from numerous buildings, even when the mini-expedition version is still breathtaking. Baba side a large ship slowly appears on the projected water. The ship are the shadows of people, never dimming lights, and a faint, stinging voice. Of flexible and stimulates. Mostly it cometh and goeth with a plug of digits thin. Our chins in its flutter. The night herd. That is the Nighter. I can't believe Cervantes was able to recreate both Kowloon and the Nighter. It's layered. Do we have to separate into two groups and visit different exhibition halls? But Ayla looks from left to right indecisively. On her left, Ayla is staring at the exhibition hall in front of her. That Trojan, my Trojan is just standing there without expressing much interest. On the right, Lena holds onto her bow, mindlessly cleaning it. Her gaze sometimes wanders over to Trojan and Seeker. Yeah, is something the matter? No, nothing. Her gaze stops as she continues to wipe the non-existent dust off her bow. So, how should we divide? I suggest Ayla. The only member from PGR, Ayla's one who understands Cervantes the most, which was why Seeker asks Ayla. Me? Brought back to her senses by Seeker's voice, Ayla turns with her arms folded and looks at the teammates who are on different mentalities. According to my understanding of Kowloon and the Nighter, Kowloon should be the main route, while the Nighter should be the side quest. From experience before, I can see that Cervantes put a lot of thought when recreating these exhibitions. We prioritize our fantasy, so why don't Trojan and I visit the Kowloon exhibition and Seeker and Lena can check out the Nighter. Trojan is not at her best due to the blame issue, but she can balance out my experience. Ren has both experience and power, so you can familiarize yourself with Seeker. What do you think, Seeker? I think I understand about right now. Lena frowns, not excited, satisfied with this grouping. She purses her lips and unconsciously tightens her grip on the weapon. Personally, she does not want to deepen her connection with this overly young commandant. Rash, evil, all tied with an action. What the fuck do you mean? She rushed in and saved you at one point. For all talk with no action. That bitch just melee fought statue and just killed it. It's not good life appeal, but the guy lingers on Trojan for a second before quickly averting it. Dated frame from Kuru and the mysterious part. No, it's nothing. Then I lowers her gaze to the right. I do not object, I go over to the night with commanded. When it's settled, I and Trojan will go to the Kowloon exhibition, while Lena and I will investigate the night exhibition. And we'll reconvene here. Just a heads up. And after clearing the assembly point, Sika and Lena head off first to the night exhibition, and Lena seems to be explaining something to Sika on the way. Leaving the two off, Trojan asks uncertainly, how was two really going to be fine? What could possibly happen? What if, like in the exhibition before, the mechanized battle and the two of them get into an argument? Thought you would suggest for me to pair up with Sika while you buddy up with Lena. I think you're overthinking. We're on the same team anyway. We have the time to get to know each other, and one day we'll be close enough. We don't need to ignore the relationship between those two. The carvings on this window are bad. It's allegedly aged Kowloon window frame patterns. Ayla runs over excitedly. George glances over the direction of Sika and Lena once more before following Ayla deeper into expression. Do not skip the stage. I don't want to skip the stage. I want to experience it before. So I'm probably we are also part of it. Come, the next performance, Kowloon War Dance. Wow, that even just gave. He didn't even give me like an opportunity to. Really like prepare myself. Oh my god. What's up? But maybe more like what should we say? Let's check out the brush and maybe try something new. As it stands right now, I'm introduction pet. Oh no, the defense program activated. What the fuck? Can't even pet the fucking like robot in here.
The colors are wrong. Let's paint the future in these new colors.
Can't even pet the fucking robot, you know. If I do this again, I'm just like saying, but like it does. Sorry, but I had to like this.
Do you understand the essence of Aylaism yet?
Oh fuck.
The colors are wrong. Behold, a world of imagination. Do you understand the essence of the canvas is ready?
Welcome to you will find this in sofort. Bij Kowloon Mythology. Meet. Okay, what else? Smart service. Thinking. Damage voice components. Great. What do I do? What do I do? Dialogue is for Luke's cultural elements to rotate the elements and ensure they align correctly in their respective positions. Oh god. This is like I actually Phoenix. I got turtles, right? If I have limited knowledge of this, if I had like better like what more of this, I could probably like do this. I know Sirish also was now part of Kowloon's traditional dance performance. Okay. Looks like all the thing is actually something to say. The male features Kowloon's main boss god of the south, among Kowloon for spirit elements breaks Kowloon on its south. Hey. Description mentioned that this was protector of east. Does it mean you should go this? Can you like not? Features legendary creature White West. Skull of West among Kowlungs protects. Okay. Yes, I'm aware on like that. I was just like doing this, like so Dragon East. Oh fuck, I kind of I don't know why I'm like going to like all of these, because you know it's a dial. You're right there. Don't like solve it for me. I can't solve it. I'm not a stupid fucking bitch. Phoenix was like up the south. Oh, like I forgot to check the diagram thing. Oh shit. Fuck. Now I can only hope like something of this is right. God fucking damn it. A trigon mirror. South is like this one. Okay. South is one of the middle. Exit look. No. So dragon was what? East. Oh fuck! Now I forgot to check this again. You know I've actually like have what it needs, like this, no this. Just have to like rotate it on it like till it opens. Which you know I actually should have thought about it. It's a phoenix, so fire towards that should have made sense in my hindsight. It was also on the mirror, but you know, I'm kind of retarded. A bit. Ooh. The time to fight. Oh, it's time to fight. Chew. I forgot that dude was like out everywhere, so.
The colors.
Wow, can you like give me a heads up when you attack? My god.
The canvas is ready.
Stupid bitch.
Let's paint the future in these new colors. Yes, Eureka! The colors are
Bitch.
Behold, a world of imagination!
Should be. Just. Maybe. No problem.
Do you understand the essence of Aylaism yet? The canvas is ready! Ha! 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 Yeah! My ideas of... Let's paint the future in these new colors! Yes! Eureka! Behold, a world of imagination! Let's paint the future in these new colors!
Thanks. Ayla, no. So, end it. Graceful flourish of the compass. Trojan dislodges the glaive from Chew's grip, and then Ayla executes the coup de grace. Sharp blade weaves an elegant dance across the body of Chew, delivering a wide strike that is potent enough to render her mobilized. Wound opens up to expose the metallic intricacies of fanaticism and crack out of electric sparks. His vulnerability is laid bare. She's finally stripped off her facade. At least she once had. Impressive. Seems that the fight on the other side has ended well. So there's victories in your hands now. She can talk? Yes, do you find PGR the possibility to connect conversation? I thought you could only say was preset lines, after all. You made a fair point indeed. Giving authentic imposter, in fact. Perhaps even worse than that. I merely granted a semblance of religion with an implemented personality that appears plausible. Something more than counterfeit. He's created solely for the purpose of conforming to the impression of this particular exhibition hall. Never laid eggs upon the real Kolung. The only genuine connection I have with that place is through the physical materials used in construction. My body. Cervantes acquired them from Kolung in the pursuit of precision and intricate details. But are you aware you are not that you? That's not something you would discern right from the start. Initially I only exist as a mere imitator, tasked with reenacting a specific piece of history, performing a specific movement repeatedly. At some point I start to have this dream. Dream about a grand metropolis standing proudly by the sea, inhabited by peaceful, prosperous people, and the supreme who rose to safeguard her land at any cost. The dream became a haunting phantom for my mind, compelling me to question my true identity. So what was the conclusion you drew? Nothing. I'm nothing more than an empty vessel. Decorative stage, merely serving as a means rather than a purpose. Just like a doll of color on the canvas, not deserving of any distinct significance. Then why to you? Playing your role is all you want. Why are you sharing this with us? You ask me why? Perhaps I simply seek an end to the endless dream. Deliberately introduced the flaw, and this flaw is this vast mill. Only in this way am I to pose the question as who I truly am. The question has haunted me for a long time. That remains unanswered till this day. If you have ever been to Kolung, please tell me. What is the present life like for the people in Kolung? Does the city still revel in splendor it once enjoyed during the Golden Age? Is the Queen named truly a wise leader? What kind of future awaits Kolung under her guidelines? I'm sorry, I'm not sure if I'm in a position to give you an answers. However, I know quite a few nobilities from Kolung, and from their perspective, it seems that Kolung is progressing in the direction anticipated. There are and will be countless hindrances and adversities on that path. But the people of Kolung never speak of giving up, not even once. That's all I can tell you. I see. That will suffice. Congratulations, visitors. I hope you can provide the answers that gentleman seeks. Smile, Chu extends her arm, and it replaces the dagger ship on Ayla's hand. Then she closes her eyes in a solemn moment, accompanied by the sound of termination, as unnamed vessel ceases to move. Finally, Ayla accepts the object that Chu bestows upon her in the final moments of existence. Another fragment of Cervantes' memory data. Maybe want to read it this time too. Of course, I nods and proceeds to insert the chip into the data port on her frame. Confirming all time synchronized. Mr. Carr may know where Michaela is. Confirm question identity, leader of column. Confirm coordinates of Michaela's collection. Error, no transponder signal detected. The recording has been added to message box. Play. I'll be strolling around Kolung today. No need to look for me. From Michaela. Verifying original schedule. Private meeting with the leader of Kolung. Operational. Slightly overload on emission detected. Initiating self-repair. What the fuck is this? Confirming level 2 emergency confirmed. Initiating search conflict. Unable to activate corresponding measures. Due to limit operation. What? Switching to emergency mode behavior. Initiating systems of reboot. I read to inform you that Michaela is currently unavailable. Appears that he has embarked on a sightseeing incursion within Kolung early this morning. Thanks specifically for not confirming the schedule with Michaela in advance. I issue, if this has resulted in any inconvenience or caused you any distress, we personally discuss the matter with Michaela to arrange a appropriate compensation. There would be unnecessary. Wasn't seen as an official meeting anyway. No diplomatic affairs involved. However, it was the views and culture of Kolung that enticed Michaela. As the leader of the city, I consider it a source of delight and honor. Thanks for your generosity, Lady Chu. However, now that I have some rare free time away from my responsibilities, it would be a rather long to spend it all by myself. I plan to discuss with Michaela on topics pertaining to art and culture. I presume you as assistants have also been influenced by his expertise. I merely make kind of assisting Michaela with trivial tasks in his life. I don't possess much understanding of human art. So, interestingly, one of my family members holds a complete opposite opinion. He believes that the mechanoid possess insights that run even deeper than those of humans.
Villiers. Dude wanted to fuck a robot. I'm just going to outside. He wanted to bang that one.
How about considering it as helping your master company is also for casual conversation? I'm delighted to be of service. He does not understand why Chu insists on inviting him for a talk, but given the present circumstances, he finds no reason to decline. Calmed by Chu, he strolls through winding alleys, making his way towards the complex located at the heart of the city. Chu leads him to a towering structure, its viewing deck offering a breathtaking panoramic view of the entire Kowloon. Welcome to Kowloon Skydeck. For the millennium, the asteroid Peter of Kowloon has diligently observed the stars here, shaping the very foundations of our calendars. Just spending my leisure time here generally makes an ideal place for deep thinking and meeting close friends. You can also see the entire Kowloon from up here. As Carl follows Chu's gaze forward, he's greeted by the sight of the city, spanning like a chessboard. The streets adorned with paper lanterns and festoons to celebrate the upcoming New Year. Even in the daylight, he can imagine the awe-inspiring night view that will unfold after the sun sets. Observing the bustling street, Carl makes the attempt to search for Michele among the crowds. However, the quickly dissipates, banned within a fleeting moment. You've talked a lot to me along the way. From what I see, you're far from boring, as you initially claimed. I'm simply echoing what I heard from Michele. I'm glad to have had the opportunity to provide you with entertainment, Lady Chu. He's a talented theorist as well as a man of action, constructing a city that emulates the splendor of the Golden Age, seen as an impossible mission by many. In his pursuit of completing this project, Michele has embarked on numerous journeys, exploring various locations and leaving no stone unturned. Do you believe you can complete it? I always do. It's the first time that you clearly stated your opinion on something. Because Michele is always confident. Gazing calmly at Kowloon, Carl boards magnificent city that exudes both vibrancy and grandeur. Yet the vision Michele holds within his heart sparks even the spectre, being hard to comprehend by many view his goal as nothing more than an artist's pseudo-dream. Lady Chu may ask you a question. Please go ahead. Would you tell me, what does that city mean to Kowloon? It's a rather intricate subject, and I'm afraid few words are far from enough to draw a definite conclusion. What if you had to include a few words? Testament. Serves as a testament of Kowloon's existence. As long as the city stands, it instills hopes with our people, the future of Kowloon. A city of Kowloon, as was erected millennia ago, upheld by the sturdy pillars of our salvation. Throughout the ages, we have continuously added bricks and tiles to it, leaving behind the tangible trace of our existence in this world. You still not done with that hypocritical speech after all these years. From behind Chu and Carl sings an androgynous voice, laced with a touch of disdain. What the fuck is an androgynous voice? Really, yeah. You're back from the Science Council. Why didn't you notice? Why didn't you notice me ahead? I would report to you about my whereabouts, so you can arrange a grand reception and have everyone line up to give me a warm welcome. I simply don't see the point in staying here any longer, especially since the current stage of Gestalt's development has ended. I can achieve better work efficiency in my old studio here, but I find it disappointing that Kowloon hasn't changed a bit. Still as noisy and as irritating as ever. As when I thought I'd finally found a place to escape from that dreadful chaos, you showed up here with a mechanoid. Unbelievable. It's really that surprising to you that I'm conversing with a mechanoid Villiers. I have zero interest in whom you are talking with. It just redirected this gaze towards Calm, his dark eyes reflecting a blend of perplexity and doubt. It's an entirely irrational creation. How did you manage to ask such a joke-like question? I don't understand what you mean. Cities are mere conglomerations of all human connections, distorted byproducts that arise during the progress of the inherently flawed human civilization. The extravagant facade is but a fleeting shadow of nature, crafted from vanity and designed to deceive the gullible. The mechanoid who measures the world using numbers. How is it you fail to perceive the true nature of the city through your calculations? I'm afraid the calculations required to certain that view demand an arithmetic module far more advanced than one built within me. Forget it then. It would be utterly absurd for me to expect an antiquated piece with an outdated model to meet my ideal standards. Yeah, suppose you succeed in constructing your ideal creation. How can you be certain that it will arrive at the same conclusion as you? You also find yourself disappointed if his calculations were to defy your expectations. That's a meaningless sophistry. Really, the angry young man displays a frown and turns away in disdain, choosing to depart. This is funny, because it did arrive at the exact opposite conclusion as he. Well, to be fair, at the end, like, you know, Villiers kinda had to fuck, you know. Suddenly Carl observes as Villiers walks away. Still, Villiers' opinion is not entirely unjust. There are far more things hidden underneath Kowloon's ostentatious facade. So that's true, then why don't you advocate for a superior society model to replace the existing one? It's only natural for mechanoids to seek replacement of old with something new, I presume. In reality, there isn't a particular intricate reason for not doing so. However, we don't require one. We simply made the choice to become what we are today. Recording stopped. I think that was like 2 stages. Yeah. God, fuck. There's still a lot to do. If this isn't done in 2 hours, I'm like making this a 2-part stream. Like finishing this. Someday probably then. But the longs for is not merely happy ending. The mechanoid called Savandas actually visited Kowloon and met the real Shu. Considering there are 2 exhibition halls dedicated to Kowloon, it is likely that he also visited the night after the outbreak of a punishing virus. Now that I think about it, you're an expert once waiting us ahead. He may even have traversed around the entire world. Seems to have a strong obsession with a particular thing. Indeed, his actions such as returning to Constellia, building the exhibitions, and all the other endeavors he has undertaken towards us, likely driven by specific intention. There is currently no direct evidence. It is plausible that his motivation is related to the person he served, Michele Vasari, designer of Constellia. Michele, he was from VJA, right? Shouldn't you guys have more knowledge about him than anyone else? I suppose you can't say that, but there are widely known rumors of Michele not seeing eye to eye with a former VJA leader. Although he didn't formally resign from the association, chose not to actively participate in most of its fair, resulting in limited records at bottom left. However, the Constellia project was always shrouded in utmost secrecy. So Michael's whereabouts during his later years remained a mystery to most VJA members. Following the outbreak of the punishing virus, our association experienced devastating loss of documents related to the Golden Age. Meanwhile, numerous members were unable to board Babylonia, leaving us even fewer clues. Chairman Allen may know some inside information. Unfortunately, our current circumstances prevent us from contacting him now. We intended to delve deeper into the matter, but at that time, my attention was diverted to another pressing concern. With such limited information available, anyone would have it overlooked before I looked it. 3 days ago, I could never have imagined that I would find myself on a mission with Nathan here. That's true, I imagined we might come across a horde of malevolent robots who had seized control of the city, operating towering machines larger than themselves and engaging in daily turf wars. Our city would unfold as a colossal mechanical citadel, concealing a sub-terrain zero-point anti-gravity engine capable of transforming it into a fully armed floating fortress upon activation. We're going to alter the entire world's settings. But anomalies like the Hedgehog Tower can occur in this world. Why should a giant robot and floating cities be considered implausible?
I mean, to be fair, like, the Hedgehog Towers, based on, like, higher dimensional things and everything. Time travel, for example.
It's well, not really time travel, but, kind of. It was time travel, if you've been completely honest. Practically. Even if they were to exist, you think we would be able to handle the situation by ourselves? Well, at least we could cheer for the heroes who stepped forward, right? I would work on a big set of paintings and name it something like Epic Encounter, Great Raven vs. the Great Airborne Fortress, or New Strike Hawk Saga, Operation Meteorite. The idea of handling it yourself is not even a consideration. I'm a painter. What else do you expect from a painter other than creating the artwork? I don't even know where to start my criticism. Traversing through a hall where they have just completed the challenge, Ayla and Trojan proceed towards the corridor leading to another Kowloon hall. Upon entering, they are greeted by the sight of 2 exhausted figures leaning against the wall side by side, as motionless as 2 doors running out of power. You're already here. Don't act like that. The Hakushu fight is pretty fucking easy. Great work, guys. The gunliner remains silent on the rise. The exhaustion has rendered them unable to provide any response. They're here. Time to move. Shut up your mouth and let me resist a bit longer. Even the arguments like its usual bigger. After about 15 minutes, the gunliner finally struck up from the ground. You both don't appear injured. What drained so much of you? She's the one who's physically drained. And as for me, I think of us mental damage. Lena covers her forehead, displaying evident reluctance to call her fighting experience with Sika. She ran outside the safe air range I marked for her every single time we engaged with enemies, even rushing legacy ahead of me a few times, and the strategies pros all could potentially cost their own life. But battle power split into halves. If we didn't employ bold approaches, our combat would become a drag and impede their progress. Why can't you trust me more? Regardless of the circumstances, I'm still as great with extra field experience. Trust? You expect me to blindly trust you after just beating you? Are you yet naive to believe that you can entrust your life to a construct whose name you just learned? How back do they depict the relationship between constructs and commanders and FOS? Like a big happy family or what? I mean, to be fair, have you seen the people that mostly around there? For them, that is in fact how, you know, the relationship between constructs and commandants is. A big happy family. Have you seen Grey Raven? That's exactly what the fucking is. Commandants role is this. They shout orders not to cozy up for buddy-buddy relationship. Relying on the assumption of blind trust for these strategies is a major screw-up right from the start. Don't you know about all the messed up situations that happen because people put too much trust in combat strategies, ignoring the possible risks just because you got lucky a couple of times is a surefire way to end up in a total mess. The natural bit fire integration leaves Seeker dumbfounded, causing her to struggle to respond. The girl attempts to argue back, almost instinctively, but for noticeably weaker demeanor. But it shouldn't be like that. There are squads like Raven, one led by Mikhail, Kalung, Polia, Forfos, Vegetar. I've set so many examples. May spend no time left pursuit of an elusive answer. Cannot define the true way of our struggles and efforts. But here we are, still aliens, arrive each new day. As humans never walk alone. I could never have made it this far, relying on my own strength. My teammates and my instructors and my comrades. They are the sole reason I stand here today. I was one of the first soldiers who chose to become a construct during a post-pandemic age, hard earning the title of hero in Babylon. Although no one expected that his daughter would decide to follow in his footsteps. Unfortunately, it appears that your Tantum 193 affinity does not reach the required level. We are unable to transform you into construct as you hope. Perhaps you can consider aiming to become a commander instead. That's where you can still contribute significantly to humanity. Assault warfare against City 7-4 concluded as resounding success, with Grey Raven squad once again playing a crucial role. Grey Raven? Outlying constructs trust? Why would you want to do that? Constructs are items, tools or measures employed to achieve victories. You're not supposed to play friendship game with them. I see you're gonna feel so sorry for broken tools. Having too much empathy never makes a good commander. Just look at Suzaku's squad, Exhibit A. We all know what happened to that commander and his teammates. Yeah. By the way, don't even utter a single word about Grey Raven in front of me. You see the scar? This is proof of what they did to me. You, like, you left behind by yourself. You dare say you want to become a commandant like that? Get out of my sight immediately. Trust you, I have neither the interest nor the time to invest in building a relationship with someone who's still wearing a diaper. You have like a 3-man squad. At that point, like, trust is very, very important. I was wondering about the deal with FS Chief. Turn out we are here to babysit of all things. Just stay behind us in every battle. It'll save us a lot of time and give you more experience. At least you prove I can build prettier. Let me straight here. You will not become the second Chrome or second Mikhail. From what I see in your turn potential and performance, it seems highly unlikely for that to happen. Just want to become someone like them, like the person I look up to. I think the approach is the correct one. And that's a good point. We've only known each other for a few days, and I've also been taught not to leave my back exposed doors unless there's absolutely no option. Not to mention, being a human made of flesh, you should definitely be more mindful of these things on the surface. Ayla, do you agree with them too? I indeed sort of sense a tsundere side of Lena. She does have a certain hidden, independent nature, like a cat accustomed to living alone. She'll not easily show you her belly and ask for but just for a few treats you give. Don't compare to a cat like that. I'm just teaching her the most basic knowledge that every task force member should have. Look, you're the captain and you've been to a surface countless times. You should know whether what I'm saying is true or not. I don't think Siga's opinion is entirely off base. I've been staying tuned into the Grey Raven command section myself, and there are some valid points to consider. Oh, we are not Grey Raven, are we? We've got that's a league of our own, you know? How should I put this? It's like our members have these complicated backgrounds, and the path we're about to venture on is no walk in the park. The future of the squad is still uncertain. Did I read that right? It's no walk in the park, yes. No doubt about it, but amidst all the uncertainty, it's crucial for you to have a clear understanding of what needs to be done to guide Iris Warbler towards a dissonant path. After all, you are the commandant of Iris Warbler. Trojan leans against the street lamp, quietly adjusting the person terminal on her arm. Bathed in the colorless light, a sign hair exudes a chilly luminance. Her gaze remains fixed on the screen of her terminal, her thoughts seemingly immersed in a profound contemplation. The flurry of counters seekers too exhausted to continue. Trojan and Ayla's weapons also need maintenance. Damage during the battle against you. The squad settles on a suspension of exploration and retreats to the street outside, following the initial suggestion to camp here for the night. Despite having already checked the surroundings, the squad decides to maintain a watchful stance and take turns keeping guard, and Trojan volunteers for the first shift. The night in the city proves to be livelier than anticipated. Lights emanating from the towering buildings flicker irregularly, being a three-dimensional matrix of codes through which the mechanoids exchange information or delve into the realm of art they seek to explore. Colossal woman standing in the center emits a captivating blue glow, leaving Trojan to ponder how the city's nocturnal vista would unfold if she were to witness it from that vantage point. Perhaps atop the windmill's pinnacle stands a mechanoid named Cervantes, gazing intently back into Trojan's direction. Cervantes. Gazing is only for a moment before shifting away. The Trojan man turns around after closing the virtual screen of the terminal. Still some time left until the next shift. Having trouble falling asleep? A little bit. I think about the mechanoids in the city. The dynamic between Cervantes and Michele also seems very captivating. And don't worry about it. It's something unrelated to our mission and unnecessary to bring up now. I thought you agreed with Sticker on the importance of absolute honesty among comrades. Are you keeping secrets from your own teammates right now? Just like you. I've my own little secret. If you get to uncover it, give it your all to win my faction. But considering the complexity of our mission, this time we'd better concentrate our efforts on the exploration of the art museum for now. I kinda feel a tad uneasy about Cervantes' memory data and what Basile mentioned regarding people from Babylonia. You were so upbeat and I thought these things wouldn't bother you at all. How about you? You always seem lost in thought with solemn expression by gazing into the distance. Are you going to let our recent troubles consume your mind? Well, it's not like I'm never bothered, but I just find that things seem better when approached with a positive mindset. So you be our scout? Absolutely. This is my first time being part of a task force for a surface mission. I'm not over with excitement yet. Moreover, don't you think everyone in our squad has so much untapped potential? Sure, it was bad before we were tough, but we are put through in the end. Same goes for you, Jordan. Oh, we haven't probably celebrated our flawless teamwork back in the Kowloon Hall. Now, give me a high five. Having said that, Ayla extends her hand with a beaming smile, waiting for Trojan to reciprocate. They really have to. Trojan let out a sigh, but then raises her arm to give Ayla a palm a gentle tap. Just to give you a heads up, I'm pretty much on the same page as Lena. The last time I heard the word comrade was way back in my teenage days, flipping through a picture book during the Golden Age. It's true that we may not have become comrades. Well, it's just not possible for most people in the world to become comrades. It's already a miracle of miracles to encounter a close friend whom you can trust with your life. And even if you do find such a person, there's no guarantee they'll stick around forever. However, even if we can't become comrades, we stay teammates, aren't we? We may have completely different motives and intentions, but at least we are working towards the same goal. That's good enough. I don't know if I should call you carefree or persistent. Persistent without a doubt. I'm still incredibly intrigued by your past and Lena's too. I don't know why, but something tells me that I'd find wonderful story inspiration from that. Generally speaking, aren't you supposed to say some cheesy lines to help me work through my emotional baggage and leave my past stress behind? I can certainly give it a shot if that's what you were looking for, but I must admit that my expertise doesn't lie in that particular area. Raven Command is like an expert in that regard. You might have a better chance with that person. A great Raven Commanded. Truly unique presence, and even in the task force. Stop the invasion of a punishing rise and thwart the Ascendant's plans more times than I can count. Leave crucial data for researching Omega weapons, played a pivotal role in the Lunar Base incident. Gambled everything on to save a teammate, Imperia, who was destined to be sacrificed. I won't be surprised if anyone deems that person the savior of Babylonia. It's too unrisky to stop someone from admiring such a remarkable individual, isn't it? Trojan's face breaks into a faint smile, yet the words are not intended for Ayla's ears. Second floor of a building where the squad stations, Lifa figure opens the window and gracefully leaps inside, moving with the nimbleness of a cat and my nary sound. Not denying that Grey Raven has brought a sense of hope, but it's impossible to replicate that hope. Hope cannot be replicated until eventually turn a toxic influence, leading people to lose their grip on reality. Just as the Commandant reached Imperial site, the construct station on the surface initiated a mass defection all at once. Do you have any idea that during the defection, how many Commandants were betrayed by constructs and how many constructs were unjustly disposed of due to baseless allegations made by the Commandants? Vibes made the choice to sweep the whole thing under the rug by singing praise of the Imperial miracle. Well, how can you expect someone who personally witnessed a mass defection to buy into such nonsense?
Well, we always talk about the thing you're supposed to strive for, not the reality we live in, at the end of the day. I mean, yeah, like, acting that way is also, like, absolutely, like, completely logical, but you act inside that reality towards, you know, the goal, like, the ideal you want, not outside, you know, not like everyone said, oh, this is how the world is.
That's why we set those to Sika. I would only be better for a commanding career if she cracks her foolish misconception, but she still can. Rather than going through first and later regretting it. Actually, if it truly occurred, she might not even have a chance to feel regret. Seems... yeah, but like, if she never tries to get that bond of like, the Grey Raven commandant, like... how is she ever going to get that bond, you know? When, like, you know, the commandant picked Lucia, he, like, didn't do that, like, you know... simply because, oh, she's a good squad. No, he felt a connection. Like, he stretched out that hand that day with, like, reason. And that reason being, hey, I think we have a connection, you know. I'm alone, you're alone. Wait for new members and everything. And the members flowed in afterwards. Like, Grey Raven was, like, kinda similar, you know. A Bragtech group found itself, people from different flocks, and they all came together at the end of the day. And it happened because the people were willing to, like, do this. And the people inside the squad. Like, if you're, like, you know, against it, like, from the beginning, it's kind of hard. But, like, you have to, like, work to this. Like, it doesn't just happen randomly. Seems like you're hinting at something else. You've been watching me since nightfall, haven't you? To be more precise, since the very beginning. As a squad established by VJA, having contact with a current background on board says a lot, don't you agree? Look, there's no need to learn something that happened ages ago. I've been faithfully serving the task force all these years. And just so you know, my inclusion in the squad has the stamp of approval from General Bells himself. Lean Raven, Vera and Severus, and even Commander Nicola, they all have a current background. I'm planning to scrutinize each of their positions. And what's the deal with your service records being totally blank? What went down with your previous squad that made them wipe out all the related data? That's not something you need to worry about. How about you spill the beans on your experience quitting Caribou first? The chilling gaze locked between them. Trojan extends her arm towards the Tonfos lying nearby, while Lena clutches her bow tightly in her hand. Caught in the midst of the intense confrontation, Ayla stealthily takes out the notebook and pencil. Her gaze becomes unwavering, as she poised to jot down every detail, fully engrossed in observing Lena and Trojan. What are you doing? No, please don't mind me at all and carry on. I just don't want to miss any juicy bits. Are you two gonna keep on exposing each other's deepest, darkest secrets from the past, or are you gonna grab your weapons and face off? Am I getting in your way? Should I take a step back and give you more space? Or maybe you want me to play judge. Honestly, I'm cool with whatever. With a reducing tension, Ayla appears to be stoking the flames. Next time, reminiscent of the report on the verge of witnessing a sensational event. As I kept sure you step in and prevent this impending clash. You know, say something heartfelt, ease the tensions, and act like nothing ever went down. I know, but to let things unfold in more captivating... I do my best to resist the urge and see what that leads you. You're not going to let up until you get an answer of me here. We've got bigger fish to fry, don't we? Being that Ayla has no intention of making peace, Trojan resigns herself to the situation, mustering a smile and making a jest of temporary reconciliation towards Lena. Alright, but just remember, this is a warning. When the mission ends, now shifts her gaze away from Trojan, forcing instead on the windmill in the distance. I'm going back to check on the commander. Let me know when your shift is over. As I said, clearly connected. With a right directed at Ayla, then I retreats to the building. I almost had me breaking real sweat. So what's the verdict? Is the relationship between you even worse than you thought? But you seem pretty chill about it all. Already brace yourself for worse though. Before our squad was put together, I got a heads up from Chairman Al that things could get a bit messy. I said, no matter where we come from, nothing can all affect that weird team. Trojan, you're here because Ayla swap like an app. I betrayal can, but you know. Can you just, right? Causes and convictions don't just magically come to life on their own. It's through actions that may have leave a mark on reality. Whatever shape or form it assumes. I hope Ayla swap like can become something that holds profound meaning and value. Even if it veers off from the path everyone expects, even if it's branded as a failure down the road. I won't look back with any regrets for the efforts I've put into it. Moon softly illuminates the dim room window, casting a soft glow that accentuates a small badge. I see the corner of the building. Sika sits with her head bowed, a gaze fixed upon the tough and cold proof cradle in her palm, edged with a silver FOS symbol, bottom of a badge, bears the SL, initials of her name. To this day, the memory still vaguely lingers of audience glances when she received a badge symbolizing the prestige title of chief during a Grey Asian ceremony. Our glances were filled with envy, jealousy, despise, disbelief, and even shades of sarcasm and contempt. Deep down inside, she's acutely aware of her own unworthiness for that honor. The truth that resonates within her more profoundly than anyone else could comprehend. Even so, she still wants to. The requesting a transfer out of her squad. Yes, sir, the three of us all agree that our predictor doesn't hold much promise for the future, even if we choose to stay. Applications have already been submitted by commandants seeking personal reinforcements of our squads. Considering the circumstances, I believe the general staff has no grounds to reject our transfer this time. Cooperation with the commandant didn't go that well, as she struggled to adapt to our combat style. If I remember correctly, she sent you to escort Vanishing Force to Conservation Area 27 during the Adrotar mission. However, instead of promptly contacting her after completing the task, you opted to proceed independently. Can you give me an explanation? During that period, the service communications were severe. Severant was just our squad that experienced loss of contact with teammates. Some military protocols grant authority to make certain decisions in situations where they lose contact with their commandants. When the investigation conducted by the communication center revealed that your transponders were operational, the commandant had been making efforts to request your coordinates. I trust the general staff as well aware of the tense electromagnetic interference that occurred during that period. General, are you insinuating that we intentionally disregard the communication requests from the commandant? That's not what I said. I just want to make it clear that your commandant's utmost concern had always been your safety until the very end, and nothing else. Transfer applications have been approved. It was the initial intention of the general staff. I've always been what I should do now, and what I want to become. Sika firmly clutches the badge, resolute in their quest to bury the past, and then tucks it away into a waste bag. The waste bag. More stages. I'm like already like done 15, you know, so that's like nice. Oh. Hikma. That's weird. Oh, come on, don't do this to me. Just load normally. Please. Yes. Like behind you. Multiple losses, signals daily, executing combat measures. And brought down his fine adversary with a resounding stomp. Spooner pivots around, only to behold a scattered landscape of machine parts, rendered lifeless. Each piece lies cleaved in perfect halves, a testament to the surgical precision of Hikma's scythe. So battle subsides, Spooner approaches Hikma, adjusting to signify the absence of any further hostile activity. We sign expression. Direction 11. 12 is on one day. No. You know what? I'll like do the second part of this on the 12th. So I can immediately, so I like do that one, then immediately go into like watching the preview stream. That's a good idea. That's definitely a good idea. I should probably like put that down like already. The waiting room. So red subsides, Spooner approaches Hikma, just to signify the absence of any further hostile activity, which is signed expression. He scratches his head, flagging a blend of relief and fatigue. Well, Mr. Vantastic, he's a real troublemaker. I mean, sure, the guy can build all the fancy art museums he wants, but what's the deal with all these combat machines he's got? His machines lack the capacity for thought and learning. They can only carry out basic commands and move accordingly. What's more, some of them are even designed to resemble corrupted and hetero creatures. Based on what I observe in this place, it appears that these machines are specifically designed to help recreate certain symbolic localities. Almost all of them show signs of human activities, even the city right here. Like it's got a really deep liking for humanity, you know what I mean? Gathered some information about Cervantes from Xavier and Trailblazer. It turns out that during the Golden Age he served as a private assistant to a renowned human artist. They had shared a history for over a decade. It seems that the city holds a deep connection to that human. Human had such a strong impact on him. During the Golden Age, humans embarked on an ambitious endeavor known as the Machine Consciousness Test Project. The experiment aimed at faking a genuine soul within a machine. I was created as the administrative area for this project, and it was during that same period that I had the fortuitous encounter with Nanami, our esteemed sage. Over time and through a process of great progression, she reached the culmination of her awakening journey and emerged as the very first awakened mechanoid. Trying to say, Cervantes too was among the subjects involved in the experiment. His entire existence alongside that artist was part of an undertaking aimed at observing the influence of art on the awakening of the machine consciousness. However, only the experiment involving the sage was successful. That's correct, but Mabak kinda told me this. For mechanoids, the awakening marks merely the beginning of their journey. Self-consciousness cannot be deduced solely through data analysis. It is rather akin to new birth, accompanied by both anguish and bewilderment. As self-consciousness awakens, the paradoxical nature of reality begins to reveal its fangs. We discover ourselves no longer inhabiting a self-contained world governed by logic and coherence alone. The weight of the memories from the past can often burden our thoughts, as we struggle to find answers to questions that linger within us. Following the awakening, a significant number of mechanoids even opted for the path of self-destruction. This occurrence served as one of the initial catalysts for establishment of the Church, sought to mitigate such incidents from happening. He's one of the first mechanists who joined the Church, as he also been dealing with the so-called psychological problems. In essence, it can be said that all mechanoids experience varying degrees of psychological challenges. This is precisely the focus of the Hierophant's endeavors, isn't it? So if his mental state hasn't improved, can we actually expect to convince him to come back to the Church, even if we meet him face to face? Spooner's question still silences Hikma, leaving her briefly at a loss for words. Hey, don't tell me the question never crossed your mind. He was given an order she Ever since he left, the position of Tower has remained empty because the Church collectively acknowledged that there is simply no one better suited for the role than Cervantes. If he can perceive the summoning of Sage, he should be able to grasp our intention as well. Regardless, we must make the utmost effort first. With a faint smile adorning her face, Hikma is ready to leave Expedition Hall in company of Spooner and continue the expedition into the depths of the museum. However, an abrupt change overtakes a countenance. Hikma swiftly interrupts Spooner's movement, activating the stealth module to muffle their footsteps. A sense of her picked up activity from living entities and from biological signals registered. It appears to be a group of constructs. Constructs could be from Babylonia. If I somehow gotten this scoop on the city too. Switch on your tracking mode, Spooner. Let's make our way toward the vicinity first. Lying silently in agreement, Spooner also concedes the footsteps. SWAT 4. How's the hacking on the main system coming along? Hey, SWAT 9, can you hold up your horse and give me a break? These encryption methods are completely new to me. If it's by anyone else, I bet they'd spend a good 3 days just trying to find a loophole on the firewall. Both the teams of cops and warrants have come up empty-handed on their missions. The fledglings are already in motion. If we can't locate the cargo that the boss is after, we're going to be in a world of trouble. SWAT 7 location of the fledglings. I've lit the suspicion area D and I'm making my way towards Area F. Must continue to narrow down our search area or we'll inevitably cross paths with them. This atmosphere is becoming a real pain. Who would have thought that some mechanoids would cause us such a headache? The pentacles are currently tackling the firewall in Area H. It won't be long before we gain full security access to this museum. Ben triggered the alarm right from the start. We could have made even more progress. I say it once more, this mission has to be a success. If the task force gets their hands on the subject before us, it'll take much more than just finding a few scapegoats to get out of this mess. So far, don't forget to throw a wrench into the works. Once we gain system access, it's best to put an end to the fledglings right here and then. Here and now. And that's Godzilla's the latest order from the higher ups. We need to ensure we raise all traces and leave no evidence behind. Losing a squad during a surface mission is just part of the job, isn't it? Oh. Data filtering complete. Analysis concluded. Verino, Special Construct Forces of Kuno, codenamed Swords. Looks like some rats managed to sneak into Savannah's backyard garden. Fixing a gaze at a distant group of construct, with Spooner speaks in a harsh tone. Shall we do some cleaning for him? Spooner, watch over there. They've kidnapped 2 mechanoid residents from the city. Current by Agma, Spooner shifts his gaze towards the corner, where he spots 2 mechanoids being held hostage by Kuno constructs. Leslie and Monet. Damn it, what did they do to them? So 7. Have those 2 weird machines been behaving themselves? The systems crashed after we deployed the logic virus. Should I proceed with disposing of them? Let's leave them be for now. It seems that some of the higher-ups are also studying mechanoids that display unique behavior patterns. Once the hacking is finished, recycle the memory shells and bring them back as experimental materials. It's okay to kill them, they're from Kuruno. It's a black company. They don't care. Hey, well, what's the plan now? Look on the hostile signals and wait for my command. Devise combat strategy by prioritizing the rescue of our own people. Carrying space module. Model. Signal location confirmed. This should be it. What are these contracts doing here? Or this now is to rescue again. Need to finish everything before I can. This is line for information. Who are you? One to bell mechanics. Can't usher. Better finish this fast. Here, is that something we can use on them? The reports were summoned by them. We should be able to find some IT cards. The comms record. SWAT called for tech support. Other document found A found near H. Acting. Heading to area within it. Definitely have my cats. Let's check the pocket eye. Advanced technician. Let's take the pocket B. Right. German match ground. Cracking device. Correction. Against it. Send MP against measure cases. Feature quite at least one person's based on action. That's. ID card should get us this access. Maybe we can use a small control, but I'm not sure it will also affect us. I leave it to you to come up with a plan. Attack with Spooner, just be fast and deal with them. No need to hack. Make cruel constructs involved. Stab with them fast and quickly, and that's done. That's it, as fast as I can.
High performance tactical
There you go.
circuit activated. Tactical circuit fully operational. Lock on. Analyze and destroy. Tactical circuit fully operational. High performance tactical circuit activated.
We
Lock
can
on.
stop.
Analyze and destroy.
Also, targets in it should be able to find some useful information for them. Okay. That's just fantastic, isn't it? Straight up fucking kill themselves. Otherwise, it's not too high. And the prime has been ejected. Explanation. So the next one is combat stage. Then staff conference from Babylonia. Sorry, I'm late. Nicola burst into the room with a messy stack of documents in his hand. His appearance bearing remarks of Blender's onslaught of bell deployment. As what's the status of Ari Swobbler's missions? Scheduled. They reached Constalia 2 days ago. Currently should be conducting investigations in the central area of the city. Have received any progress reports or visual data from them? Unfortunately, the signal interference within the city remains significant, making it difficult for them to establish stable remote communication with us at the moment. The commandant mind speaks within range of our near-Earth radar, and signal remains strong and stable. Based on that, we can assume that they are following a plan and making steady progress for now. Okay, we've just received reports from Grey Raven and Egrid, and both squads have finished their recon missions earlier than expected. It's estimated that they'll be ready for new battle deployment in 3 days. We can send them in there as reinforcements if necessary. Commander Nick seemed particularly interested in this mission. Despite being a recently formed squad, Ayla's Warbler includes a member whom you're familiar with. If this is simply an investigation mission, I fail to see why it would be necessary to deploy 2 additional elite squads there. I think I can empathize with Commander Nicholas' concern. See both some special person memories relate to Constalia. Gemini, what makes you say that? Ellen, well, I guess there's nothing to hide about the old days anymore. Looks like you know a lot about it. Why don't you spill the beans and explain it to them? I wouldn't say I'm an expert or anything. I just happened to cross paths with Michael 3 times when I was younger. Michael Vasari, designer of Constalia, also former PGA member during the Golden Age. That's why you met about signing Ayla's squad to investigate Constalia, right? Indeed, while Iris Waller might not be the best choice if also focus on efficiency, I still want to have someone from VGA lead this mission. Please see that's my way of showing respect for Michaela's legacy. Let's cut to the chase, Ellen. I assume both you and Nicola have more insights to share about Constellia than the rest of us. Alright, I try to make it short. That era may seem like distant memory now, but several decades ago human civilization was under May basking in the glory of its most extraordinary days. Energy protection was optimized. AI machines liberated humanity from labor, and the world government replaced nations. Civilization achieved unprecedented progress, surpassing Renaissance and industrialization. We were even ready to turn our gaze to the stars. So the pyramids of ancient Egypt, the Pantheon and Events, and the Basilica of Santa Maria del Fiore stand as enduring monuments. It was only natural for the people of Golden Age to desire symbol of their own, testament to the magnificence of our era. Guiding reform, numerous theories emerged, yet all converging towards a single answer. Constellia, megalopolis jointly invested by the four largest economy entities worldwide, Kowloon, Arcadia Lake, Arctic Union, and Transatlantic Economic Community. However, it wasn't long before the outbreak of punishments. Construction of Constellia was still in its early confidential stage, leaving everyone aware of its eventual location and how it would unfold. Many secrets and memories have been buried along with the era, and the PGA is acutely aware of this more than anyone else. But most Constellia is shrouded in ambiguity, evoking a sense of skepticism akin to the doubt cast upon the existence of a fabled lost island of Atlantis. Us recontemplate its dialogues. It encompasses nearly all information obtainable through conventional means. Indeed, even Babylonia's database holds only scarce records about it. If we had uncovered the city, there would have been no way to confirm the accuracy of the data. And what was the result of deliberate manipulation? It appeared that the four major economic entities were co-investors in the city. There was in fact a mastermind orchestrating it all. At this point, I think the answer should be abundantly clear to everyone. Kuno, the mastermind behind the construction of Constellia. Talking about the monument and the glory. These are just a bunch of nonsense meant to play with people's head. The true intent behind Constellia was to serve as an expensive barn for Kuno, facilitating the transfer station of underground capital. It was presented as a cutting-edge technology metropolis to do a substantial investment in financial activities. The objective was to identify additional plutocrats and organizations for collaboration and lay a foundation for a base at the negotiation table to fuel the ambitious Project Winter. I see, so the city itself was meant to serve as a smokescreen for Project Winter. The onset of the punishment, the scheme should have been thwarted long ago. Exactly, I wrote up most of the data as if it never happened. Until someone secretly took control of Constella's construction and intentionally invaded its existence to us. I think Kuno has a chance to get involved in the situation. I can't say for sure, but honestly, I don't think Kuno has a muscle right now to deal with Golden Age's aftermath. But knowing Kuno, I can't quite imagine him sitting this one out. Chairman Allen, were you aware of all this information when you insisted on signing permission to Iris Warbler? General Wells, I have faith in Ayla and her squad. For Kuno, Constellia might not be nothing more than the means to fulfill their ambitions, but from my point of view, the awesome bodies of the will of the PGA. Even though I'm not a believer in spiritualism, I still always believe that every lock can only be opened with a unique key. And Iris Warbler is the key this time. Wells, don't you think this could also be an opportunity for us? You mean, I propose the establishment of Iris Warbler because I believe that it could present us with a new opening. Golden Age is collapsed and sunken wreck, and VGA has been committed to salvaging it. However, our intent isn't just about to place its remain in a museum for mere admiration. We aim to restore it, we wanted to transform it into an arc that guides humanity towards the future, and is undoubtedly at least experienced, and the youngest among the four present. It's the least experienced and the youngest among the four present, not even involved with the military field. However, his voice exudes unwavering composure and faith. Since things aren't clear yet, whether we should send additional escorts to consider or not is still up for debate. Or at least we should wait to see the service report from the Iris Warbler commandant first. While Alison can finish his sentence, a crisp notification sound chimes in the conference room. Alison and Nicola both turn their gaze on the source of the sound. Wells. It's nothing, just a notification from a private terminal, but I thought I had already set it to silent mode. So let me quickly take a look. We would send a private email to him at this hour. After a few seconds of hesitation, Wells actively activates the virtual screen of his terminal. Unknown sender and stress. Evidently someone sent this email by hacking into his private channel. As the head of the channel staff, Wells holds the same security clearance as Hazen and Nicola. His device should have the highest level of protection. The sender must be a skilled hacker capable of breaching the highest level military security broker. It's highly likely to be someone from Babylonia. The brief use of the email, a stern expression across Wells' face. What's wrong, Wells? Wells doesn't provide an immediate response. Instead, he closes his eyes and with his left hand touches something inside his chest pocket, attempting to regain his composure. Then casts a glance at Al, wondering whether he need to request him to leave. He ultimately returns to his attention to Ayla and Nicola, seemingly having concluded that it is important for the chairman of VGA to be informed about the situation. Presenthausen, Commander Nicola, allow me to forward the email I've just received to both of you. While I can't vouch for informations of fantasy, I believe it's imperative for you to review it as well. Also regarding Aya's Warblast mission, we should have one more discussion. Not long ago. In a corridor near the engineering forces base, the shell man in flamboyant Hawaiian shirt and flip-flops saunters carelessly. Unfazed by crew scans from the engineering force crew, he occasionally peers into the plant as though searching for someone. That is, until the construct walking in his direction comes to a halt upon recognizing him. Aloha, Karina. He greets the engineering force captain with his sensory kin, as if they were close acquaintances. You're Norman. I remember you. You're Teddy's. Oh, you remember me? Fantastic. Did my dear sister mention that big brother to the engineering force? If you mean that good-for-nothing, sloppy, annoying idiot with horrific fashion days, she mentioned, then yeah, she did. Christina's still the same for sharp time. She seems like she's been in a good mood lately, which saves me from time to worry about her. So what's the young master phenomenon cop doing these parts? Well, there's some correlation between the corp and the engineering force, so Volch just sent an errand boy to check things out. I see. Thought you came for Teddy. Alright, feel free to have a look around. We've been busy fixing up stuff in Babylon, and it's all pretty much ship now. But I can't say for sure what's next. I had something big popped on the surface, so we might have to send some folks over there. You mean a place to consider? Rumors are surely flying around. City from Golden Age, bit of reconstruction. I could make for a decent base, I reckon. But good news for you engineering force folks. It's still up in the air. Some colossal monster might just drop in and unannounced. At this point it's almost routine. Guess only the men upstairs know what's coming next. I still got stuff on plate, got to run first. Having had a flow of chit-chat with Norman, Karina quickly ends the conversation and prepares to walk past them. Oh, by the way, Teddy should be in the production workshop of the third development department right about now. Just give me your heads up in case you want to pay a visit. Having said that, Karina rushes back to the plant. But I doubt she's thrilled to see me though. Bitter smile nominates in the opposite direction. Arrives at the conference room near the engineering forces. Greeted by the in-use sign on the door. Whistling, he pushes the door open and flashes a bright smile at the man and woman inside. Norman. Well, quiz here, Mr. Norman. Last time we bumped into each other was the lunar base, huh? Oops, my bad, I didn't realize someone was in here. Just needed a spot for a quick breather. The military's got a few things in the works with engineering force, so Rekka and I dropped by to see how it's going, man. What a bunch of trivial errands. The boredom is killing me. Hey, Mr. Norman, how about grab a cup of tea and catch up a bit? I don't see any reason to turn down your friendly offer, Mr. Collins. Rekka sighs at a loss for words. She listens to the two men's pretentious conversation. Collins, cut the act. It's Norman the gust you mentioned earlier. Hey, why the long face, Rebecca? I revisit as a guest here. The fate that brought Mr. Norman to us. Let me write you up front. The bogus CCTV footage and meeting record will only buy you roughly half an hour. It's better not squander all that precious time on pointless chit-chat. Well, if this lovely lady says so. Miss Norman seems our little get-together won't be lengthy one this time around. Sure, I was planning to pay my sister a visit before the engineering force wraps up for the day anyway. Oh, are you talking about Miss Christina Norman? She's too lucky to have a caring brother like you. It's a shame she doesn't see all the effort and sacrifice you've made to give her some freedom from her family's control. Collins, I don't want to hear anything about Christina here. When Collins delving into his personal life, Norman's expression quickly shifts, its faint smile vanishing. Rob, what you want? Norman retrieves a small electronic terminal from his pocket and slices it across the table towards Collins with a deft motion. What is this? Info is not my usual business. This thing has piqued my interest. Since a while ago. If you really cannot know and consider it one of the perks of Project Winter's fruit basket. Project Winter? Isn't that just an experiment of the sentence? That's just what Artin is saying. Project Winter is the core of Kuruno. Even I can't get the ability of it. Mind fusion and detachable modular technology. Experiment ID B014. I can't say exactly how long it's been going on, but 5 years at least. Mind fusion? Sounds like something cooked up by a mad scientist, right? I don't have all of it yet. Although it is like aiming to create a biological weapon, it can form a unique connection with constructs. So this biological weapon is meant to beef up construct's defense against the Punish weather. But you know, the Science Council already churned out these new frames that are totally immune to virus. Must have been a real struggle for folks working on the project, I imagine. This tech might not be little outdated in terms of functionality, but it's a treasure trove of this tech trove knowledge about because all about mind research. Humanity is way behind when it comes to understanding the mind compared to inner advice. Figuring out the mind's secrets has been tough enough for Barrow to crack. But that's mine. Just how obsessed Kuno is with all these. You know, Kuro's made up of a bunch of crazy folks. No, I mean, the idealists aiming to push the limits of human knowledge. They always spring with ideas and ready to make them happen. Like even this absurd project managed to attract funding. That says a lot about the organization. Boy, I think I actually have to quit after this stage. My throat's starting to hurt. Does that mean the non-mind corp has ties to Kuno in other ways? So, yeah, I feel that when I like talk beyond just the lunar base. Just a few here and there. You can never guess who these wealthy board folks get in bed with, you know. Cops sponsor the service laboratory based off Kuno. I don't have access to much data, but as a token of goodwill, I think it should suffice. So your partnership with Lists went sour. How should I put this? You basically crossed lines you shouldn't have, plus that lunar base situation turned into a real mess, so this pretty much useless to me now. That's why I'm here, bringing my barging ship to scout for a new partner. Mr. Corner strikes me as a reliable, sophisticated gentleman. Mr. Dom, it looks like you're quite sure about reading the situation. Honestly, I don't have many cards left to play after losing Luda. Otherwise, I would never have let the Science Council snatch that inner device project from me. I've chosen quality lousy partner to really lousy term. And that's exactly why I picked you, Collins. Oh? Only a mad dog with nothing clues bites without restraint. Only someone who's been through hell would stop at nothing to reclaim what's theirs. They're both reckless gamblers. Wouldn't you like to spice things up and go all in before losing everything? I have to admit, you got quite a sense of fence for this. I danced about you, and it seems my instincts were right on the money. Leonard Lorman, we cut from the same cloth, you and I. It's a gas that's been put, and you've brought me the torch. Only a fool wouldn't know what to do next. So what's your plan? I've actually got some insight info on the experiment sponsored by the non-mining corp. The way to tell is that one of the descendants slipped in when everything went haywire at the lab. Well, as you can guess, every insight got wiped out, researchers and all cut by Insen, so the experiment failed. On the contrary, it was a real winner, please be clear. The test subject managed to bust out, placed during the Ascendant's attack, so now Kuno's got a roundup crew to track down the runaway subject. Thanks to that, I managed to scoop up some juicy info. But you won't believe how small this world is. My test check to turn me out on old acquaintance of mine from way back. Never thought it'd become like this though. No acquaintance of yours. Let's not dive into the nitty-gritty of those heart-wrenching old days right now. Well said, Kuno is on the hunt for that runaway test subject, and I just so happen to know where he is. Are you thinking of having a test subject before Kuno does? I doubt a refined gentleman like Miller Collins will really become the cat's paw. My dear Norman, Mr. Norman, even though we haven't known each other for long, it feels like we've already become kindred spirits. That's always like a firework.
He talked about that armor thing, I take it, that we have like seen. And that definitely has a connection to Lena.
That's our safe firework, ready to explode at any moment, and we are going to make it shine as brightly, as spectacularly as possible. Can't keep all that dazzling view to ourselves, can we? At least everyone but Billionaire should get a piece of it. If military catches wind of the test subject, the Parliament will be all over Kuno, and even the normal mining corp won't be able to touch a bullet. That's right, only those crazy Kuno folks are ruthless enough to run such a twisted experiment on a living being, once the dirty secret's out. Okay. A living being? I'm already like making like bad connections to like Lena. Question is now, is this a parent or a sibling? Well, could be something different altogether. But family members, you know, tend to be. Once the dirty secret's out, you can bet the Parliament will serve them up a dose of justice. That's exactly what we want to see. Gardening is all about trimming the excess branches to help the plant thrive. all these years of working with my Nicky boy and Aylaism, I know better than anyone how sharp these two scissors can get. How do you plan on spreading this information? Don't worry, there are plenty of gossip mongers out there, and I happen to know a reliable one. Once everything's said, let's see how our friendly rivals react while waiting for the fireworks to bloom. Can I finally start the stage my throat swelling? Purifying Force Training Room, Babylonia. With a daily routine, there's only one contract left in the empty training room. That is protecting his sword swings. Darius, you still here? Bianca enters and spots Isarius, who hasn't returned to his dormitory yet. She sighs, clearly familiar with this sight. Cause I must get stronger. You've become more and more obsessed with this since the Red Tide incident. Forget about what I said. I think I can understand why you're feeling this way. That's something you need from me, Captain. There's a mission for you, Isarius. Command Center has signed a top classified mission to the Purified Force, specifically naming you as the executor. What's the bot? I'm in the dark about that as well. My rule is simple: lead the full procedure and relay information to you. The specifics are above my clearance level. I see, the type of mission now. Last minute mission assigned to a specific member of the Purified Force, and even the Purified Force captain has no access to the details. This is typically a measure taken when certain military high-ups need to accomplish something unconventional outside the bounds of formal procedures. Bianca's hours want to limit these off-the-book orders, which could be seen as a breach of protocol. However, this tradition persists due to the complexities within military ranks. You know, you have every right to turn down Isarius. That's fine, I take it. The moment of silence, the young construct rejects Bianca's advice. A mission is a mission, regardless of who comes from and what it's for. Since they assigned me the mission, the target must be pretty tough to deal with. Composed demeanor, he finishes cleaning the weapon in his hand, and then carefully sheaths it. Leaves me no reason to run away. Like, we're not that far away, like, honestly, like, it's nearly halfway done. And like, the last stage should not be that long.
But yeah. My throat's starting to hurt. If I like read anymore, I'm actually going to get...
my throat's actually going to, like, die. But yeah. So thanks for coming, watching.
Are you even listening to me?
No, but I will be. I will be leaving. Sorry, Bianca. Don't be mad. But anyway,
the second stream will be on Monday. I've like changed my opinion on that one, because again, there's like the stream on that day, so you know, playing a lot of PGR before and then going over to like watching the stream afterwards. I think that's a pretty good idea.
may start a bit sooner to like catch the stream, because like the stream is like 3 in the morning, and like actually like 4 in the morning. Now I think about my time.